Okay, well, with that, we are live. They did not hear that. They just heard whatever it was. There we go.
Oh, we want companies to be more upfront that they're stealing our data.
More
we want them
honest.
To tell us that we have no choice
about the cyberpunk future that they are creating.
Yeah, because currently we think it's boring.
Yes. So we just need better marketing. Not more marketing, better marketing.
No, not better. More honest.
That's...
More honest, brutal marketing.
Yeah.
We no longer have a choice.
Yeah. You know that, we know that, so you might as well just be honest about it, because there's nothing we could do, even if you were.
That's what cyberpunk futurism is.
Exactly. I was hearing about the Twitch hack, specifically that the biggest danger for the Twitch hack was that actually Twitch's own infrastructure being leaked means that other people might... It basically might lead to other future worse hacks.
Oh, that's just, future worse hacks. It's the same thing that happened to YouTube, though. That's why there's so many... That's why there's a genre of website that is TubeSite, because they just took all of YouTube's code and said, we're going to do this too. Thanks.
That's fair, but yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing. The anti-monopoly... I don't consider the hack itself to be anti-monopoly, but...
no.
Someone could use the code.
That was a side effect of the goal of the hack, not so much.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Facebook one's a funny example, too, because they locked themselves out of their own office.
What?
Like, physically?
Yeah, because all of their things ran on Facebook. Including their security system and their in-house messaging system to message the people they needed. They all ran on Facebook, so when it went down, everything went down. That
feels like it was proposed by the marketing and internal marketing teams, and this security teams were like, no! And nobody listened to them. That feels like that's probably what happened.
I don't know what happened, but I just think it's really funny that they ran everything on the same cyber engine, and then it blew up, and then they go, I don't know how to...
That is cyberpunk. If you... all we need is to take down this one thing, and the whole system goes down.
Yeah, they did it to themselves.
Yeah. That is cyberpunk player character asking for it.
Yeah,
just instead of Arasaka servers, it's just Facebook servers.
Yeah, a lot less interesting and less.
And the worst part was that it was like a one-line mistake in like a patch.
Oh, classic.
That was it.
Yeah.
Someone just did a bad job. They didn't think about it for like 2 seconds.
Yep. But yeah, has anyone been up to anything interesting this past week?
I found out the class I signed up for this semester was only 6 weeks instead of a full class.
Does it still get you the same amount of credits?
Same amount of credits, but it means that they decided the last week is now 3 weeks worth of work to make up for it. Like
they just added extra work?
It seems like it.
That's the worst response.
3 times the amount of work.
At our school, we literally have 2 programs. We have the 6-week class program and the regular school course program.
I didn't realize this.
Do you want intensive or not?
Yeah, they didn't say this on the syllabus. I'm pretty sure they used the same syllabus for both. So they didn't put this as a 6-week course, so I didn't know until this week, and it was like, there's 3 times the work today, and there's a final next week.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, it'll be fine, but now I don't know what to do until spring.
Yeah, being graduated for, like, a few months now makes me go, like, I miss school. I miss structure. I miss not stressing about looking for jobs.
See, but I've been doing this for 8 years.
I did it for 6.
I did it for
5.
Almost 1.
Almost 1.
Well, I applied to university, and then I went to university. My mom encouraged me to, which I wasn't against university, but I applied and wanted to take a program that I actually had no interest in, just because it was a thing to do for a job.
Yeah,
and then, after I applied and got accepted, but before school... No. 1 semester in. It wasn't before school started. It was 1 semester in. I was still living with my mom. She moved across to the other side of the city. So, it went from a half-hour commute to an hour-and-a-half commute each way. And, on that same second semester, I had an early morning class. I think 8 a.m. class.
You didn't show up. That's what happened.
Yep, after the
You
first
said,
two
"I'm gonna
classes,
have
I
to
didn't
be-
show up,
you have to be,
especially because she was literally having us play free rice as part of the class.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
that is
living on
something I
campus-
do not need to come in at 8 a.m. and wake up at basically 6 a.m. to do.
Yeah. When I lived on campus and there was a class at 9 a.m. and I went to the first one, it was boring. I didn't pass that class.
Yeah.
So
I just had to walk there. That makes sense.
I never lived on campus, but my drive from because I did community college first, and then I did went into university. So my university drive was about an hour and a half without traffic, just because that's California. That's what you got to do. So
No.
I just scheduled my classes to start at like 10, so I would wake up at 8 and leave.
That's brutal.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
Um.
And I got a useless history degree that I'm finding out now.
Oh, both of
You
my
could
childhood friends
teach history.
both got history degrees, even though they're older. Like one is an older and one is a younger brother, and the younger did not learn from the older. They both really enjoyed getting it. I think you did too.
Yeah,
but
I did too. It's just
now that
now
you have gotten it, it is not helpful.
Functionally, it's not helpful, but it's helpful in that you have a skill that can be applied. You can do research. You can write a paper. You know about history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here is the worst part is because I've been trying to look at I get denied from QA jobs because I think I have a degree and they say like high school diploma, right? So I think I'm too educated for QA stuff, so they think I might want
QA?
more. Just quality assurance for game game
Oh.
testing.
Oh,
right.
The overqualified thing is, I just kind of hate that. Is that people
Yeah.
will disqualify you for that because they think you'll leave.
But I found a Riot does paid internships, and I found one that A, you don't need to be currently enrolled, and B, specifically in the I forget what the exact title was, but in the here's things that would help you. One of them was history degree. I'm like, what the fuck, right? But the applications don't end until January of next year, so it's like, great, that doesn't help me now.
Yeah, you're not going to hear back from them until February.
Yeah.
You go work
So
for
I gotta
Ubisoft research. I'm like, history degrees in video games. History degrees in video games. Assassin's Creed games.
That's the
those are
only
all
one.
on the East Coast.
All I can think
That's
of.
there's the only one. There's nothing else.
There's I guess what is? Hold on. Who are the people who
Crusader
made
Kings?
Crusader Kings? Who made Kingdoms of
Carmen San Diego.
Kingdom Come
You're missing the
Deliverance? The
obvious
company who made
choice.
Kingdom Come Deliverance might be
but
making another historical
Here's the
game.
problem. Paradox is in Europe, right?
Yep.
And they don't. I think
A
the
lot
Kingdom
of those
Come
are in
people
Europe,
are
I
also
think.
in Europe.
Ubisoft
Ubisoft is on the East Coast.
Have you considered this is
Moving?
based on no one's life in particular, bartending and just writing a book by yourself?
No, because I hate people.
But the useful thing about the tech industry is at least a lot of the time you're able to work remotely. I know a good couple of people that I do that have they're living up here in Canada and they're like, yeah, our job's in the States. We
Yep.
just
Yeah,
do everything
So
online.
the whole with
That's what I've been looking
So
into.
they are comp sci majors, which might be a bit
Yeah, that makes
that's
it
more
different.
common, but I mean, probably any position at a video game company that isn't like management might be possible to do remote work. Remote work with?
Mhm.
I mean, arguably you could manage remotely too. This is what
You can
2020 has
manage
taught
remote
us.
workers remotely, but then you can't really manage an office remotely.
Have you considered a drone with a Nerf gun?
The
I
big
believe there were
Gatling
actually
Nerf
Nerf gun days when my friend worked at Google. It was great.
gun.
Yep, you told me about that. But
Google doesn't own this, so I can say this. Google's scarily in control of everything. They might be
Google-
a little bit evil.
you're not wrong about any of those, except also on the other hand, Google is almost comic book levels bad at creating new services. Like I think the last count was around 127. Now that the Google banking service is now down, 127 in like the Google service cemetery, because just Google services that started and then died in less than a year because they aren't being supported. Google pulls the plug immediately.
I, for one, who is playing Roll20 on Google Chrome, believe Google is a great company who is never always listening to me, ever, no matter what.
I mean, I'm sure Google employees themselves know this better than anyone. They're just a lot of... They are both terrifying and also fail at a lot of things. And then there's the few that don't and explode. Like Chrome, for example.
Yeah.
And Maps,
Speaking
which
of...
knows where I am.
Maps, yep, which always knows us, and knows everything about us forever.
Where we go and what we do.
Mm-hmm.
What time I
You
get
have
to work.
visited X new cities.
Yeah, what did you think of this place you visited? I never told you I visited there. We know!
I never said I was there.
Yeah. Turning off location data doesn't actually turn off your location data.
Speaking of authoritarian regimes, the Frost Shepherds.
Yes. Speaking of. So, do we want to summarize what happened last session?
No.
There was a town meeting. I got put in charge of fixing the, the apocalyptic machine of eternal night and winter. I say winter mostly. It's not night, just winter.
I'm doing my greatest Red Dead Redemption 2 cosplay. I now have tuberculosis, thanks to my tier 4 chest cold.
Oh, right. Right. Is that what's going to happen at the end of this?
Like, when did
we
you
get an actual
sick?
plague.
We didn't have a you get coughed on scene.
Oh no, is this actually like an old world disease? We did have a thing, but now I'm wondering if this is an old world disease. If this is just like...
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no.
Yeah.
New Worlders are not immune.
If I try and cure my chest cold and fail, Marissa told me it will be permanent.
I was going to say,
this
could be actually COVID. I think that's hitting too close to home, but...
It's cyber tuberculosis.
Let's go with that.
It's not cyber tuberculosis because you would be immune. You have antibodies to cyber illnesses.
Oh, it's just a normal illness. It's just like the cold. Like we're immune to cyber illness.
That is... The apocalypse is the one thing that might wipe out the common cold. So, now it's back.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well, actually, I don't think it's your fault. It's more the matter of the fault of the people who came out of the pods, which... Those diseases.
Yeah.
Should have been quarantined.
They should have been quarantined, but we don't know what that...
we lost germ theory.
Yeah, I do think we lost germ theory. That is
not abide by a loss of germ theory.
It was only in the 1900s that germ theory was really proposed.
We're never losing it again.
Does it just become, has it evolved into slightly more accurate superstition than superstition from before germ theory?
It's just we were playing,
I read in this medical textbook that you're very ill.
If people get mauled by
cyber... to wash their hands, but
Yeah, it's because you will cleanse the demons from your hands. The invisible tiny demons that make you sick.
God doesn't want to see your mouth when you're ill.
Cyber nanobots. There are good nanobots, and there are bad nanobots.
When you try and clean a wound and it gets gangrene, you just replace it with a cyber part. That's what we do now, and it's fine.
That would technically, unless it gets horribly infected, work.
No, it cauterizes immediately.
Yeah. How do you think the cyber arm attaches?
Lasers.
We know our cyber tech.
Yeah, the cyber arm sticks its tendrils into you and then heats up like a bee, sealing everything.
Yep. Oh boy. So,
it's a world of body horror. I didn't know
it really is, and just the characters in it are just they're unaware of it and have just accepted it because it's the world they grew up in.
They've accepted the body horror.
All right, so I got put in charge of fixing the Everwinter machine and immediately delegated that to an NPC. You had a cough and set a fire.
Yes.
I talked to the last mole man, who was very nice, and Inigo, what did you do?
You bought a shop.
Yeah, I got a store. I'm gonna start the cult store.
You did.
You tricked the mayor.
Cult, yes, into leaving town so I could steal his storefront on Broadway.
Yep.
Because having a mayor as a stabilizing influence isn't important. A store.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
he probably
Where
gave
else am I
someone
gonna
his
sell my
political
my-
position.
Yeah. Where else am I gonna sell my tell-all books about how I knew people in the past?
Actually, knowing him, he might auction off whoever's now in charge while he's gone.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
retconning that. That's the best answer.
The mayoral auction is underway.
Yes, I have to go away for some family business, and yes, I'm taking all bets for the position.
Top, yeah, that's the standard procedure. Top bidder becomes mayor.
But only it's a rented position, because only until he
Yes,
comes back, at
exactly.
which point
Yep.
he will demand the entirety of the rent that you owe him for being mayor.
Back old rent.
Yep. Excellent. We should introduce our bits and reintroduce our characters, I suppose.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
I
you should have.
need to frantically write it in your
So I
bid.
could go first.
'Kay.
My character's name is the Eternal Francis. And his bit is that he's a stage magician. That's his bit.
That
Doves in the sleeves and stuff.
that is one way to interpret the term bits.
Thank you. Next.
Oh,
Okay. Do you want to say any of your actual
You wanna
beliefs? Because we'll forget if we come back.
Let me pull up my character sheet.
And did you write any? And we decided in between sessions to house rule one thing. Now we've played a couple of sessions normally, and that was to add one belief and one extra goal about the other two characters, so that we had something
I thought it was
driving
or.
these people together.
Is it or and the one other belief or
One
goal?
belief, or you should have now 2 beliefs and 2 goals. 1 normal belief, 1 normal goal, 1 belief about another character, 1 goal about.
Oh, I thought it was just one extra field that can about a player character that can be either.
Yeah, I
belief
thought it
or
was just
goal.
one.
oh,
Yeah,
I did both.
Essentially, have something linking you to the other characters. I don't care if that makes it 3 beliefs and 1 goal or whatnot.
It's one
The
belief
two
and one
individuals-
goal and one in between that is either or, as long as it's about a PC, is how I interpreted it.
I did it 1 belief, 1 goal because I made 1 belief about one character, 1 goal about the other character.
And that was what I was intending.
Okay, then I will write a new one, an extra belief.
Alright, I don't have an extra goal. But my instinct, no, my belief, that's what it is, about another player is that Lex is a sucker.
It's fair. Oh no, this is gonna be so bad. Can I do my belief about you now?
Oh, please.
I believe the Eternal is part of my bloodline. I must investigate this by questioning him about his possible progeny.
Yes!
Yeah, I'm a sucker!
Oh, boy.
Excellent.
Oh, I also forgot I'm old. That's the other character trait.
You are old.
Old but still hot. That's the bulk of the character traits.
Mm-hmm.
Old but not obsolete.
You need to make a belief
Alright.
probably about Francis.
Here, I'll say my other ones to give you guys some time. So,
Maybe your character name and description? What were
Yeah.
your bits?
So, I'm playing Lexus Unida Maxim. He is an almost old Aqueduct guard.
Almost old. Right,
39.
almost retirement.
Almost
He's 1
hit
year
the
away from
elderly age.
retirement. He is driven, charismatic, and austere. He believes that he has magical water has magical healing properties only available to his bloodline. So, he thinks he's like water Jesus or something.
With no evidence to back this at all. Like there
No-
has
no-
been no miracles. There has been
no miracles in game. He believes there was one that happened to him before game. Let's see. And then my first goal is work with Oz, who is a local scientist on my quote-unquote magic. I will do this by offering myself as a test subject. And then my second goal is work with Cobalt on how to get the guard some status in the Frost Shepherds. and my instinct is, when meeting someone new, preach the good word. That is the good word of water, which is going to be hard with my chest cold.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
Yep, I got to work on fixing that this session.
All right. Let's hand it on over to Spencer.
Okay. So my character is Cobalt Gingerbread Bubbles. I am a shepherd of the Frost Shepherds, similar to a priest. My beliefs are: one, Alice is more capable than she believes, and my new belief, my additional PC-related belief, there is more to Francis than I yet know. So it's obvious. Both of us know that he's hiding himself from others, but I think there's more to him even still. My goals are enter and explore the facility that Francis came from, and Lexus has been struggling lately. I will get him to open up to me.
Oh, cool. We have synergy.
Yep. My instinct is always give advice, asked for or not. I am wise, limping, exhausted, and wear elegant vestments.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to add to those character introductions before getting started for the week?
I have a laser spear. Yep,
Very
that's
important.
Yep. I think that's it.
So I think we finished last week with about a week's worth of downtime where you did various things. I think the Eternal got a shop ready. Lexus, you went and did some experimentation with Oz?
Yeah, I basically
Yeah.
set up working with Oz. So, like, I gave him my blood, and he went, "I'll get back to you in a week."
Sounds good. And, Cobalt, I do not remember what you were up to for that week. Healing
I
some Fallout?
think it was not healing Fallout. I don't have any Fallout right now, though it might
I think
have.
you tested a skill.
I think I gained practice for the skill.
You were gaining some Fallout.
Gaining some Fallout? I was okay.
That's what you're spending your week doing, gaining Fallout.
Okay, I think that might have been my infamy then, or something like that.
I don't know.
I had infamy. I definitely.
Oh, I thought you could fail the rolls still. It just gained Fallout. Don't you have to roll for practice? Was that not the thing?
No, I
You don't
think
have to roll for
practice,
practice,
you
you
just
just
mark a
mark-
passed or a failed.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, you did that because I
think-
remember we talked about you were trying to consider, do I take a pass or a fail? And I said you can
Oh,
always
yeah, we did
fail a
talk
test.
about
You
this.
can never always pass a test.
So I think I practiced influence. I was literally just practicing speaking.
Walking around
points
trying to influence people. Just
influence. Sorry,
Just
influence was the
doing
type.
speeches.
Rhetoric was the skill. So
okay.
I practiced my speeches.
So arguing. You
Yeah.
were arguing with people around
I was
town.
arguing. I was going through hypothetical arguments in my head, which is
You were taking a shower
yeah.
and winning
Yeah.
arguments that you thought you should have won earlier.
exactly.
Oh, so not actually practicing anyone new, just figuring out if I had said this, I would have got them.
I would have got him. I would have got him good.
Basically.
Spirit of the Stairs.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
So I actually have enough pass tests now, but I still need to get 4 more failed tests with rhetoric. So here we come! 4 failed tests with rhetoric.
Was your rhetoric 4? I thought you had to fail equal 2.
Yes. My rhetoric was 4. So yeah, I need 3 more pass tests, failed tests. I have 5 pass tests with rhetoric and 1 failed test.
I think you argue too much. That's a...
I have... Yes, that's kind of my thing. And also, I keep having to talk down murderous mobs, and somehow it's working, usually, which is surprising, which is why I have that many pass tests.
Well, I'll be sure to hand you some more murderous mobs as we fade in on not you.
On a murderous mob? We start with a
Not
mob.
yet. As we fade on Lexus, who has been called to the Aqueduct Guard's commander. I think her name was Sylvia. Yep. Who is kind of harassed and a little bit tired about all of this because you randomly dumped 10 new recruits on her last session when the Aqueduct Guard, all they really want to be doing is laying back until they retire. But now they actually have to do stuff, and So she's calling you into the office to take on a bit of the load. Do I want to do role-playing, or do I want to just start here? So she basically will gesture you to a seat, and she's kind of frustrated about all the stuff that she's having to do. But basically she's going to read you in on a situation that she wants you to basically take point on and get this dealt with, so that, hey, if the aqueduct guard is going to be in charge of something, let's show them at least that we're capable of it. So she wants you to be in charge. During the last week, people from the second pod have been turning up murdered around town. They'll be fine one day at whatever job they found for themselves and just gone the next. They've got a couple of suspicions as to who's doing it. But yeah, I'll let you ask any questions from here, and I'll try and transition to actually speaking.
Yep. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. Are they being murdered, or are they just dropping over dead?
They aren't coughing like that, if that's what you're meaning. And I'm feeling like the laser spear holes are something of a giveaway that they are indeed being killed. I don't know that many people who are.
Well, I didn't know they were laser shot. You didn't. You just.
It's fine. Just keep
More
doing
like
it.
laser stabbed,
Do you suspect it's one of the guard?
Not one of the guard, no, but we've been getting a lot more prevalent, like, active people acting out about their religion. I mean, you see the arguments on every corner. You've got some frost shepherds here saying one thing, some frost shepherds the other. We've noticed that the followers of the mole people seem to be extra vehement lately.
The followers of the Molocalypse, I see.
And so, because, it's the frost shepherds mostly that are causing the trouble, I thought this was the perfect chance, show them that the aqueduct guard is capable of guarding more than just the aqueduct, and we've got a place in the society. And if you can find who's doing these murders and bring them in, maybe we can get a specific place in the hierarchy of the frost shepherds.
Are you keeping the new recruits under supervision because they are all also pod people?
I think she's going to look a little bit. That's a good idea. I should probably do that. I just assumed they'd be capable enough. I mean, we've armed them.
Good.
Yeah, but
smart. First step, arm them. Second step, consider teaching.
So we're seeing pod people be laser speared, and we just gave pod people laser spears that might have grudges against other pod people. So perhaps we should bring them back. Bring them in, question them, see if there's any grudges. And I need some medicine. I need a cyber massage.
Cyber lungs?
I need some cyber lungs. That's such a great idea. I go to the cyber doctor and I just get new cyber lungs.
Just go to the Reaper.
Yep.
I think it's like an inhaler.
You just inhale nanites that make your lungs
cyber.
I think it's more they eat the infected part of your lungs and replace them with their bodies.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot.
Probably.
Yeah.
So absolutely, yeah, we can call those in and take a look at them. But I want to give you the two other clues, I guess, that we've got coming around first. First off, no one's seen the mole person for a week, but we do have intel that this Cobalt Bubbles guy was the last person to see him. So you might want to talk to him about being able to get in with the mole people. And second off, we do have intel that there's been a lot of graffiti around the new shop that's opened up on the main street. The one that used to be run by the Evermayor. We think whoever's dealing with that might be the next target.
Okay, I'll go talk to whoever's closer. Okay, bye. Just get up and just like shakily make his way out. Because it's been a week. He's like, oh, I'm sick. I'm not like just sore.
I'm very ill.
And it's still your job because you gave me these dreaded recruits.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Okay.
you have my hook. Run.
I assume that the outlets are further than where Cobalt is, so I will go to Cobalt first.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to redraw the town map after 20 years.
We really do.
A Frost Shepherd, because now it's more of a city and less of like a logging camp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think... Where would you find Cobalt? He has been... I think Alice... He's at his home, which also functions effectively at his office, even though it's not supposed to be. People keep coming over after hours. I think Alice is there. She's giving him a rundown of everything she has done. And he is trying to just let her handle it, but she keeps running everything by him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's even when he thinks he's convinced her one night to like, okay, no, I'll go handle it myself, she comes back the next night to run everything by him again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what he is. He you knock and you hear her voice talking quickly and usually, and then you just come in, please.
Mm-hmm. Just like leaning on the laser staff.
Yeah.
The laser sphere. Just going, hello, Cobalt.
Yes, right in time for our scheduled meeting. Alice?
Yep.
I forgot to mention this to you, but yes, I'm meeting Lexus. Would you mind coming back tomorrow and resuming our conversation?
I mean, I guess we can do this tomorrow, but I did want your sign off on just this one last thing. I guess you. All right,
Alice,
I'll
I've
be
told
back
you this already.
tomorrow.
You don't need my sign off. And he like holds both her shoulders and says, I trust you.
But you're the one who's in charge.
And I'm putting you in charge under me. I have put you in charge under me. That means you can make decisions too. And he's had this conversation with her before. And he's like,
yourself,
okay,
child.
How about this? And he's like trying to take a new tactic. Okay. And he goes and he gets out a spare set of his robes, which are way too big for her, and he gives them to her. And he says, think, as long as you wear this, think of it as you have my authority. When it comes to this job, when I ask for them back, it means I will be the one who's making the decisions. But until then, the robes represent the authority that you have over this project. Here you go. I'm just trying to convince her to actually...
With your dirty laundry.
With my not dirty laundry.
So you're wearing the dirty robes.
Yes, probably.
Those are the two options.
She'll take them with awe and, basically say, all right, I'll try, and she'll leave you alone.
Don't forget to roll up the sleeves.
You really don't sound so well. Are you sure are you sick?
Yeah, yes, I know I'm sick. I need to run a few errands and then go see a cyber doctor.
All right. Answer.
I'm just gonna collapse in the chair like, can I have some cold tea?
Have mine. I didn't even touch it. And I just shuffle it across the small table to you.
I see.
Huh.
Well, we didn't have a meeting, but now we do, so I need to ask you a couple questions. One personal and one business.
Go ahead.
The business-related question is, as I'm sure you're aware, there are dead pod people popping up every so often, being lasered to death.
So, you're investigating then?
Yes, indeed. We believe one of the possible culprits could be the mole people
So
followers.
The followers. Okay. Why are you
And
talking to me?
according to my intel, the mole person's gone, right? Like they went underground. Like we don't know where he is. Is that what my person told me?
Basically, he's underground in his burrow and whatnot, but he is not opening up, answering, doing anything.
Okay. I mean that's how he normally is, right? He doesn't take visitors. He just lets them
Pretty
put
much,
shit in
yeah.
his mailbox. Okay. According to my sources, you were the last one to speak with the mole person. I just would like to know if anything was weird about that conversation or anything happened before or after said conversation.
Uh, you really do sound sick. How are you feeling? Are there any other do you have a headache or a fever or anything?
I would describe it on a scale of 1 to infinity as chest cold 4.
I think that's actually really bad.
It's really
It is like
bad.
I can't sleep at night because of the pain because it's so painful to breathe.
It's almost as if 3 of my 6 skills would be affected.
It's on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being routine and 5 being legendary.
5 being
Yeah.
near death.
4.
Yep. That's really bad. Hold on. I think I have something. Hold on. Do I have anything that can help treat you?
Faith?
No, I do not. Thought I might have had
Don't have?
medicine. I considered taking a medical skill. I didn't.
Unfortunate.
No. And why don't you? You should take a break.
Well, unless you try rhetoricing it away.
Rhetoric the chest cold away.
Good luck with that.
I'm good without doing that.
Or stealth?
Stealth, just hide from the chest cold.
No, hide the chest cold.
So I, I think I say, and surely the aqueduct guard have different people who can investigate this. Why did they? You don't have to do this.
I was assigned by the head water as this is my duty, as I am also the one who brought in the new guards who are part of these pod people. It is my responsibility to look into it.
Yeah. And are you really okay with that? There are several other
It is
aqueduct.
my solemn duty.
There are several other aqueduct guards as well, and it's their duty to help to also do this. Your duty shouldn't differ from theirs, should it? I can't speak for how they work. I can only speak for how the Frost Shepherds work, and amongst us, we often will take on each other's burdens and act as a team. And even for what was her name?
I don't even remember.
The lady I mentioned. I don't think I mentioned her by name, but even for people we disagree with, while there can be some hostility on the surface, we are still working together. We well, not everything gets laid on all of one person's feet.
So I think there's about a 50-50 chance that there's a big sign in the Aqueduct Guard break room that just says "Do it yourself."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I believe that is a philosophy that we used to run by, but it was before my time. That actually brings me to my personal question I wish to ask you.
I nod.
Just a week ago, when that big meeting happened, I remember being brought back to the Aqueduct Guard and seeing was it the lead person who was there? It was like a week ago. So he would
Yes, it was.
remember.
There was, yeah, there was the military leader of the.
Sapphire, Raspberry, Ultramarine, Eggnog, Celsius?
Yes.
Sure, because I'm not making up more characters right now.
Yeah. I believe it was Sapphire, Raspberry, Ultramarine, Eggnog, Celsius was talking with the leader of the guard and was saying how there isn't much use for the guard anymore. I would like that to be seen differently. What can our two people our two peoples do to work together? I believe we stopped a massive fire that took place on the Ziggurat of Light.
I heard about
Perhaps we
that.
could be the firefighters of the Frost Shepherds.
You care a great deal about the Aqueduct Guard, I can see. Can you tell me what makes it so important to you?
The Guard holds a special place in the history of Pitfall, as you know. That I also see water as the basis of all life. That water could heal as well as harm, but if we have a guard around the water, we can protect it from those who would do wrong.
Just doing the Jedi thing.
The water ebbs and flows within all of us. In the trees. In the snow that crunches beneath our feet even today.
Is that why the grass is evil?
I didn't say that.
Nope.
Even the great grasses that soak up the water is because they have a great need to be so beautiful all throughout the night. And perhaps water and frost can meet into
Slush.
slush.
Foam.
We'll make all of the Frost Shepherds slush.
Mm-hmm.
That'll go over well.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that the others share your ideals?
If I'm completely honest, the guard has grown weak, and I alone am the strongest. My conviction is as sturdy as the stone at which the aqueduct stands, but others have grown cracked and vine encrusted. They view the guard as a chill out spot, as it were.
From, well, matters of these kind stem from the source, like water flowing. And the source of these is usually the leadership. Tell me about your leader. Who assigned you?
Should I just make up a name now so we have a name to go off of? I forget what name you said.
I do have a name for her. Give me a moment.
Add
Silver.
her to the list so we can remember.
Yep.
Yes, I'm putting it in here. Do.
Sylvia Sicaris?
Yes.
Sylvia Cicadas. She was one of the ones to bring me into the guard, but as she grew through the ranks, she grew complacent. And during that talk with where's the Sapphire Raspberry also reading Eggnog Celsius?
Yep. Unless you are a close friend, it is required to always say the full name.
She appeared to just nod her head and accept that the guard was to be done. But I say, nay. I say, we grow, for we shall not perish. As long as water flows through my veins. This was a bad choice of voice. It's already hurting my throat.
It's just making you more in character then.
Yes.
Cobalt says, well, if I were you, I would find you feel like the person most appropriate to lead the Aqueduct Guard. So I would talk to this Sylvia Sicaris to given how you describe them, perhaps they can be talked down. Perhaps a comfy retirement might suit them more than a position here.
I shall consult the old books to see what course of action I may be able to take.
I nod. Glad I could be of help. Right. Regarding that incident, I did go and speak with, what was his name? Something Road. Hold on, NPCs. 1047 of the Market Street line. Yes. I did speak
no
with
one has a convenient naming practice.
No
one. We're all so weird.
Yep. I did speak with I say their full name, because that's, again, my default, with 1047 of the Market Street line. They were... They've had a hard life. They were nice. They didn't seem like one of the ancient ones. But when I was finished talking with them, there was a group of people outside waiting for me, since I had gone in, and very few had before. They spoke plainly of murdering others. I thought I calmed them down. They didn't, draw pitchforks and knives and other horrible things to do something then and there. They just left relatively calmly, but it's probably them. It was dark,
Perhaps.
though, by the time I got outside, and I think he still lives at the bottom of the pit. So I didn't exactly get a good look at any of their faces. I could go in and speak again, and I'm sure they might gather again.
His mailbox is next to the cyber graveyard.
Okay, so it's not in the pit anymore.
Nope.
Cool. But yeah, I definitely
Perhaps
didn't memorize their faces.
Set a trap to interrogate them.
These are fellow Frost Shepherds. I don't know their names or their identities, but I think some of them are also within the military and guard. I don't think that that's a good idea, at least without consulting one of their commanding officers. But it's your investigation. I'm just a witness. If you did need someone to talk to the Frost Shepherds, though, I would be willing. But
would be...
there's something I'd need in return.
Go on.
I want you to... Before I ask, how are you physically? You, obviously, the cough, but are you weakened or injured?
It would appear the cough only seems to have effects when I try to talk to people. My physical prowess is not affected.
Have you tried running?
Well, I was told this is for skills that would require me talking a lot,
Yeah.
right? So I can still laser spear people.
Okay, so then I say, okay, good. Then I want you to come with me into the facility where Francis and the other pod people emerged from. I want to take a look around there.
Is this a right now thing or a we'll meet at dusk sort of thing?
Is this during the day that you're meeting with me? Or that this is
I would assume so.
Okay, then yeah, I say tonight after the sun sets.
I have one last stop to make, so that should probably line up perfectly if I was to perhaps be running this as a role-playing game.
Good. I will get what little sleep I can.
I thank you for this, Cobalt.
I nod. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I think I just, take your presumably empty now teacup and lead you outside.
Good day. As I will trudge toward the other player character.
Yeah. Trying to think about a dumb shop thing. What is this? I don't know. What's my shop called? I did not figure that
Let's
out.
see.
What does your
I
shop
think
sell?
they had an
Or is
awesome
it
name.
It's in
Alter Libre's Antiquities.
yeah, I don't know about antiquities and ancient. I don't understand. I want to sell ancient mysteries, but as a scam, 'cause I don't actually have any.
I mean, Ancient Mysteries is itself a decent shop name for this kind of thing.
Is your shop open?
Ancient Antiquities.
I think so. I think it would be open, right?
Okay. So you got it all sorted out. It got opened during the week. I think
Because it was more about restocking than about constructing. Like putting up some decorations, like slapping some paint on the wall.
Yeah. there's probably more people around and inside the shop than there is a lot of the time. Like, people are walking pretty quickly through the streets. They're not staying out right around now. But as you head towards ancient antiquities, there's 5 or 6 people just hanging around on the street corner, eyeing it up. And as you go inside, there's another 3 and 4 people examining wares and talking to things and covertly
we
trying
have
to hang on to your every word.
I have made a fake Yoo-hoo knockoff that I am selling by the glass at the counter too, so to encourage people to stay. It's like the smallest denomination of marble for a drink of the past, and it's just Yoo-hoo.
What? Googling.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's like
What?
a.
How have you
I've
seen
never
this?
had one. I've just never seen. I know that's a drink. I just never seen one.
Really?
Yeah,
How? It's the worst. It's
I was
chocolate
born
water.
in '97, Indigo.
Not that old.
It's 90. It was introduced 92 years ago, according to my Google.
It was introduced in 1928.
The drink consists of water, high fructose corn syrup, and whey.
Oh, okay.
So, milk protein.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now that I see
Chocolate drink.
that I see pictures of bottles, I have seen this before. Okay.
Yeah, they sell it at gas stations now. It's chocolate drink that
Yeah.
I have recreated for.
You just used clay to make it.
Sounds
Yeah, so
delicious.
Yummy. Chocolate water.
I'll take my leaning on my laser spear like an old crone, come up to the counter. I assume there's like the stereotypical like bell.
I think I'm just at the counter, and
Okay.
I'm picturing a dumb weight system where you put the marble in and you put your cup under it, dispenses weight in.
Wait in
Yoo-hoo.
one marble.
Well, I think we've decided it wasn't weight, it was the color of the marble. So it's, judging the special color.
It shoots a laser at the marble to determine its color.
And then it springs a little gear and mechanically dispenses you.
Yep.
Every time it happens, people like, oh, wait, no. That's not magic, that's technology.
Yeah, so I'll just saunter up to the counter and go, excuse me, Mr. Eternal.
There's clearly a sign on the counter that says, "I'm Frank from the city." I gesture to them.
I'm sorry, Mr. City Frank.
Yes.
I have come to ask you a couple of questions about.
You sound
certain...
kind of hoarse there. Maybe a nice glass of Yoo-hoo will relieve.
Oh, certainly. I'll take out the predetermined marble and have some Yoo-hoo.
It's a drink of the ancients. They used to live on this stuff. You had a glass of Yoo-hoo every morning back then.
But it's perhaps cure me of this hoarseness.
No.
Oh.
Just soothes the vocal cords.
Yes, thank you. Much better, thank you so much. My vocal cords have been soothed.
Time to drop the voice briefly.
I've come to talk to you about perhaps some paid for art that was done that you did not appreciate on the side of your building.
You see, I think that there was a misunderstanding between me and my marketing team.
So it wasn't done by vandals.
Well, yes, it's a vandal marketing team.
Oh.
It's a business practice we used in the past. I'm trying to.
Yes, I've heard of this
pay
guerrilla
the
marketing.
to advertise your.
Yes.
No, guerrilla marketing was outlawed. It's a.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have
Humane Society really shut it down?
Oh.
You can't use
Do you-
live animals in marketing anymore.
Was this after the great Harambe kerfuffle of?
Ah, you know your history.
Do you have a back room we could perhaps converse in private as I look over my shoulder at the 3 other people in the store?
They're all muttering about how bad Yoo-hoo is.
This is just
Oh
awful.
no, they're pretending to enjoy it. Everyone in this
Mhm.
store.
Everyone else is enjoying it, says
thrilled
everyone
with
else, so we
They're
must
looking
enjoy it.
around trying to see if anyone else is hating it so they can feel not bad about saying so out loud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is there a place more private we could talk in?
Sure, and I gesture to my photo booth.
After you?
Pull the curtain aside and I step in first.
We're like this close to each other.
Yeah, but we're facing the wall because it's a photo booth that's gonna spread out some photos. It's really expensive.
Do you have him pay
Mr.
for it?
Frank.
Yeah, I gesture to the machine part of it. Insert the marbles, take the photo.
I'll do it. Mr. Frank, I know your time is very precious, but this might
No,
be an urgent.
not anything for you. We met when I first came here.
Okay, this is a urgent matter that might concern people attempting to take your life. As I'm sure you've heard, other pod people have shown up throughout the week, lasered.
Hmm. Wait, what?
Have you not heard?
I've been very busy. Who do you think built the photo booth?
That is fair. Yes, people from your pod have throughout the week been showing up dead.
I think I stop smiling from the posed photo and I to respond. And it's dead or murdered.
Murdered.
Both?
Yeah. Well, dead is a murdered is a form of dead.
Yeah, but murder's a little bit more specific than dead.
That's listen. That when I was told, I asked were they murdered, and then I was told. So get where you're coming from.
So we've made it
But
equally as far.
yes, we have a couple suspects, but we believe you might be the next target due
Hmm.
to the vandalism.
Well, then can I get some like 2 guards outside my shop?
I just shake my laser spear like, here I am.
But you're decrepit and ill.
Listen, I might be a little bit hoarse, but my aqueduct guard training is top of the line. It would not be affected by my chest cold.
The 60-something-year-old man calls the late 30-year-old man decrepit.
Yeah. My character sheet says I'm hot. His doesn't, so.
That's fair.
But you're
look
unattractive.
like
You
you're a
can't do
crisp
anything.
40. I'm
That
attractive
means
and
I
have
don't need to worry about my face.
Yeah, I'm attractive and I have a somber voice, meaning I neither have a chest cold nor am decrepit. So.
I believe there were a handful of individuals outside eyeing the place up maliciously, if I remember correctly. So perhaps we take you out the back door of this place to a more secure location.
Like?
The guardhouse.
And who's gonna watch the shop? I have many valuables of the past. I gesture to like a shelf with 4 things on it. Because I don't have a lot from the past.
Mm. That I believe that is enough that we could take with us. You close shop for a day.
I mean, I guess. And I pose again for the final photo and then
I just
gesture.
haven't been posing at all.
Yeah.
I've just been talking to you.
Yeah, and I gesture to leave the booth and while we wait for it to print.
Mm. Yeah, I'll just come out. I have gotten our mutual friend, Mr. Cobalt, to help with this investigation as well, but perhaps he asked for my aid. Perhaps I can help ask for your aid in a situation tonight.
With what do you mean? Are we? Didn't I just agree to the sleepover?
Right, but tonight, Mr. Cobalt
So
wants to
during the
go.
sleepover,
Yes, during the
where
sleepover,
you're supposed
as
to
you
be
call it.
protecting me from murderers.
I will be with you. We need to keep you on the move.
I thought that. What's the point of the secure location then?
Because they will think you're at the secure location, but if we keep you on the move,
Are you
the
not
location
certain of
that is
your
secure.
secure location?
I'm certain in the secure location within the reach of this, and I gesture to my spear.
Do you have a gun?
We,
Can I get a gun?
what? This is a laser spear.
Yeah, I know. You have your laser spear. Can I get a gun?
No,
It occurs to me that the only guns we've seen in the
The
setting are
Architect
frost guns.
we have. I'm sure Cobalt can requisition a frost gun if that is what you request.
No, I want a gun that kills, not a gun that chills.
It does kill and chill. Would you like cryo technology or laser technology?
Not just a gun.
What do you mean just a gun?
One that goes pew pew, and then bullets fly
Yeah.
out and kill people.
What is a bullet?
A little bit of metal.
Why would you use metal when you have lasers?
Fine.
This
Can I
is
get
a
a
this is a
laser
rel.
gun?
Oh yeah, we have those.
No one uses them because the laser spears are so much cooler.
Yeah, laser spear is also a gun. So
Apparently, all you have to do is join the Aquatar card. They hand you your weaponry and say, "Go have at it."
yeah,
For orientation. It's like,
yeah.
sign
You're
up,
not
here's
even
your
taught to
spear,
use the
here's
laser
your
spear.
Yep. Point
If
the
you would like
glowy
to-
end at the
They
other
ask,
person.
how do I use this? And they point to the side that says, figure it out.
They point to the sign that says "Keep laser toward enemy." If you would like a bag to put your antiquities in, perhaps we can make our hasty escape through the back door.
No, it's fine. Just let me clear the shop. I would like to yell out to the shop for everyone to get out.
I take the pictures that I paid for also while you're not. I go, ooh, and I put them in my pocket.
The past will come again. Please leave for now. I have just been informed of an exciting relic.
Yes, quite exciting. It is a gun of the ages past.
Yes, a weapon of war that the ancients used to great effect.
It shoots metal.
So you say you are an ancient then?
No, I just have a bunch of ancient stuff. It'll be on sale next week after I go pick it up.
No, this is Frank from the city. He is a very well versed in ancient things, but is himself not an ancient.
Because that would be
He is. Don't you
preposterous.
see how hot he is? We've. Have you seen those decrepit fools who came out of odds? They're all disgusting.
I have nothing to say to that.
Well,
They're
can we clear
leaving.
the shop? Can we clear the shop? The shop.
They will calmly leave the front door. Life.
And then we walk out behind them and we pull down the metal grate
Yeah, it does still have that. It is an outlet
so no
wall.
one gets in.
And you notice as you come out, a new bit of graffiti on the side.
Yeah, but I show the key to Lexus and then I shake my hand and the key disappears.
You are
Couple
magical.
people's staff.
Yeah, I told you.
Perhaps while we walk, could you would you be so kind as to humor me in some questions I have for you.
Sure. We just
Mm.
I have my head on swivel. I'm looking for murderers now. While you decide now's the time to interview me.
So, I whisper as from the time before, were you a did you have a wife or mistresses?
2 wives, 2 husbands.
Oh, so you must have had quite a few children.
Not that I know
Ooh,
of. Do you
the
know
plot
something I
thickens.
don't?
No, just just
Who told
just
you?
my heart.
Oh, it doesn't hold up in court. Okay.
I've I've come for 3 million years of back child support. Well, the my there's always been a story throughout my family line that our family has special powers, and while I've not been able to unlock them myself, I believe mine could be related to water. But I believe yours, you have unlocked
Related to
them
fire?
fully.
I have a
Oh,
fireball.
yes,
And then
perhaps.
the fuel runs out on my little wrist powered fireball machine. And it sputters out.
Yes, this is why I believe you might be my great 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 great
No,
great
no,
great great.
wait. It was a joke. I pulled out my sleeve. It's a little lighter.
Oh, you
It's
have.
like a disposable lighter that I have, like, turned the thing up so it sprays all the fuel at once.
Then your magic is in the powers of deception.
It was a joke. It was a gag. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Mm.
So gags work.
So your magic is in the power of gags.
It seems weird when you say it like that. No.
We. I will ask my grandparents on if they have any records of our family line.
Are you trying to say I'm your grandpa? Is that what we're getting at?
No, I know my. I'm saying my grandpa from a lot of greats in
I'm your
there.
grandpa's grandpa?
Probably more than that, but you know.
And you think because of this, you have water powers?
No, I knew that before, but I think we're related because you
Show
seem
me
to
your
have.
water powers. And I hold up a canteen.
uh, As I said before, I have not fully unlocked them, but for you, I will attempt to try. And I will just look at the canteen and focus really, really hard.
Do you want to roll to do something with the candy?
If you
Well,
fail, I dump it on your face. So
that would be a 10, I assume, because you double it.
I think we got it down to a 4, but I don't remember why.
No, I think we
no, we
said
said
if I
hypothetically it could go down to a 4.
hypothetically
Yeah.
it could be two or
If
three,
you're
like 2 or 3 base, right?
Yeah, then it
Yeah,
ends
it would
up
be
being a 4 or 6. If you
if
have
someone
No!
had the a skill to manipulate water. What would the skill? What would the ob be? And then double that.
So basically, it would depend on what are you trying to do with this water, but
and yeah, you
pretty
have
much
to have
the
someone you need someone helping you to know how to do it because currently you don't know
Yeah.
how, and then you also need something to like kickstart it for the what do you do it with part of it. You're lacking the how and the what, just the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah, so
No.
you hold the canteen out, and I go, as I said, I don't believe I've unlocked it fully, which is why I believe I need to learn from you how to unlock the powers of our bloodline.
I dump some water
Teach me
on
your
him.
ways. Ah, thank you. I needed a refreshing bit of water.
You're an odd little man.
I take that as an old world compliment.
Nope. Let's keep going.
Yep.
I would,
All right. So you
I would
guys were
like
heading towards.
the Aqueduct Guard base.
Unless it is time for the pod quest, then I will take him there instead.
Oh, right. Well, you're all going to the place that I was trying to direct you to for other reasons. So, yes, let's say it's time because why not? Unless
So we got chili at the Aqueduct Guardhouse first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
It was chili night, and we could have missed that.
Exactly.
It was cyber goat chili.
It beeps a little bit.
you scrutinized all 10 of the new recruits who came in with their bulbs.
Yep. I
Also,
will.
some other people that used to be part of the Aqueduct Guard that only show up for chili night.
Probably.
No, there's the 10 people there's the 10 people I recruited, and then there's old people that retired but still come for like the VA chili.
Yep.
It's it's one of the perks of having
There's
been
no
a
pension.
Membership.
There is no
Yeah.
pension, just infinite chili.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just
All
get
you can
fed and
eat.
watered still. I will say before we
And
leave,
that makes
though,
sense because of the craving for meat as you get
Yes.
older.
As we leave, I assume at least one of the 10 Aqueduct guards that are new do not have proper spear discipline. So I will take one of their spears and give it to Indigo.
No, I want a gun. We talked. What is the spear? I don't know how to use a spear.
It shoots lasers.
That
See this
seems
button on the
silly.
back?
That seems like sci-fi nonsense.
It is sci-fi nonsense. Welcome to the world.
Yep.
All right, I would like to turn this into a gun.
I think you could probably just snap the 80% of the spear off, and then.
Yes, I'll do that. Just snap it over my knee. The wooden half
Sounds like
of
a
it.
beautiful roll. Let's do it. Okay,
I will take
intent
10
to make it
steps
a
to
gun
the left.
pass,
Yeah, I will get out of
snapping it over
fireball
your
distance.
Yes, I would like to not assist you at all and stay out of the consequence. Thank you.
Okay, intent, make it a gun. Task, snap it over your knee.
I would like to.
Any...
I'm using magic tricks to do it. It's theatrical.
I don't think I can quite.
I have a magic trick making skill.
Oh, making magic tricks by
Oh.
Listen,
physically engineering.
I'm assisting myself by being theatrical with it.
All right. Well, if it's a making magic trick skill, that's engineering. I'll take that. Sure. If you fail, what is the most interesting problem that backlashes on you?
I shoot Lexus in the thigh.
No.
With laser wound 4.
The most interesting thing that happens to me is you shoot the aqueduct leader not for a non-lethal but a potentially lethal wound, and you get charged for it.
What about counteroffer?
I shoot the aqueduct and it spills everywhere.
Counteroffer.
You spill the chili.
The ziggurat of light and start a fire again.
I was gonna say you shoot the chili bowl and it falls down and no one gets chili.
Okay, I'm kind of liking the consequences of the aqueduct
Lexus
getting another
wounded
hole
leg.
in it. Might be doing some ricocheting. I kind of like fires too. But yeah, you will be persona non grata at the aqueduct guard.
Yeah, you picked out.
Like, there's going to be a bit of chaos. You are just not going to be welcome. Okay,
I
how
snap it on my knee, and then in a puff of smoke, I have a gun.
You're snapping a spear. Okay, it's technology you don't know anything about, but sure, I'll say this is possible. 3.
3.
You're trying to make a gun by breaking something randomly that you don't know anything about.
Cool. What do I get bonuses for again?
Traits. Traits.
I think just traits.
That's the full list.
Yes.
Let me check the goal tack.
Or if you want to use persona ahead of time.
Yes, I'll spend a persona.
Okay.
So I'm at 3. I'm curious if this will work, so I'm at 4.
Yeah.
I'm very hot, so this is 5.
No. I am sorry. The gun does not care about your hotness.
You are not hot enough to apparently attract inanimate objects.
Change the fate of the universe.
No,
Ah,
if you're curious, but that's about it on this
yeah.
one.
I wrote down my magic trick making skill as a skill type magic. Did my dice automatically blow up or no?
You wrote it down as magic.
Let me go.
I thought it was supposed to be an expertise type skill.
It's a magic skill. Well, magic was our technology stand-in.
We did say magic was like doing weird technology stuff. I don't know
Technomancy.
if
That's what I meant by it, not like it's a real wizard skill. My point is, it says in the rulebook with an exclamation point, my skill is magic.
I'm on that. I'm going to say I apparently missed that in character creation, and because I missed it, it's on paper.
It's a
Go
magic
ahead.
type skill.
All right.
Cool.
That means you can spend a fate after reroll 1 failure, I think.
Yep.
And you get exploding 6s.
Yeah, I get
God.
exploding 6s.
All right, give it a roll. Let's see if you can make a gun. Sorry.
That's
What does
not
fate
a
do?
yes. Lets you reroll
on a magic
a failure.
One failure.
Reroll and hope for a 6, and that it'll explode. Is it? Are you rerolling it?
Ah,
I think you might as well spend the fate because
Because we're gonna hit our max
most likely
again,
get
probably.
fate at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
nope.
Nope.
All right. So as you raise this spear over your knee to ostensibly bring it crashing down, like the room seems to like focus laser in on you, as in, what are you doing? A couple of people like rush forward to kind of stop you, but they're just not in time. Your arms come down, the thing snaps over your leg.
My puff of
There's a bunch
smoke
of
goes off, though.
there's a puff of smoke, but there's a bunch of hissing electrical like sparks that are coming off from the middle of it. A like electrical or laser shot goes zinging out of the room, pointed up first. Oh, actually, no. We're going to do one of those beautiful things where it's hitting here and here, and so it zings off. It knocks the chili pot over with its force, which redirects it up into the ceiling, where the hits the aqueduct, sprites a little bit of a hole into there before going into the separate angle and lighting the Sacred of Light on fire.
Somewhere
all
like
three
this
of the
light was in the middle. There was a giant burnt hole.
Oh no!
There's no actual danger. There's just like the fire over there is pretty small. It's like, the snow's coming down is gonna put it out.
Yeah,
but
the
at the
eternal
same
winter.
time, everyone in this room is looking at you like, what have you done? What idiot snaps a spear over his
I want to poof
leg?
into a ball of smoke.
Probably
outside the
someone
room.
kneeling and mourning over the chili. He's probably
I would
like the
like
guy
to-
who only shows up for the chili.
Yeah. I would like to stage disappear out of the room now.
Just as I planned. Just like
look
this.
around and I throw something down and
I want to roll for that, and that sounds great. This is something that's pretty normal for you, actually.
Yes,
there's
this
a
is
lot of people though
routine.
staring directly at you, so I'm giving it an up too.
basically throw down a little flashbang for my sleeve, and then there's a poof of smoke, and then I run out.
Up to your failure is going to be it doesn't work. You're still in the middle of a room of some now very angry aqueduct guards. Let's see. I don't want to arrest you because that's boring. If this doesn't work, they're going to be checking what's up your sleeves and relieving you of all of your magic tricks.
Ooh.
I have so many.
It starts with the handkerchief that just keeps
Yeah,
going.
it's gonna end with like you have like a great sword somehow hidden in your pants. Like,
Yeah,
how
there's
did
a
you
s-
even?
It's more of a scimitar.
All right.
Collapsible staff.
Yep. Several clocks.
A collapsible rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Couple more dove pellets.
Yep.
Yeah, more dove pellets.
Yep. Okay. Up two.
Yep.
I would like to help, but not
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah.
What are you wanting to do?
I'm wanting to use this as a teaching moment that for the new recruits, basically chastising them, saying, this is why you don't leave your laser spears laying around, because people could come in and break them on their knees.
Perfect. I guess if
Just
the
person
roll
who
fails,
handed
then
you the laser spear.
if the roll fails, then they would know that it was like, hang on, he was with you, wasn't he? And this will just fall flat.
I would say you can do two things. You can use that as a help roll and, do the normal help things. And in that case, the intent is to distract the people from his escape. Or
Mhm.
you can do this as a completely separate roll where the intent is to actually teach them.
Ooh, hold on. I need to look at. Let's see here.
Just remember what your current rating for speaking skills are.
I know. That's why I want to do the one where we both roll and take the higher one.
That would be helping.
It
yes.
would be help. That would be helping. I'm not going to say that this is
Helping.
necessary for this to work.
Yes. If the task isn't needed, but it's helpful, instead everyone involved rolls and only the best roll counts, I will do that one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does my whisper quiet suit help at all?
Let me see that suit. Well-dressed suit. No, I am sorry.
I'm well dressed for this particular occasion.
I'm gonna
Not
assume.
at the moment you are. Yeah, I don't think you've got traits for this one.
Lame.
Can
Everyone's
we do
staring at you. Everyone. These traits are things to make them stare at you more right now.
That's fair.
Can we do my test first? Because mine's definitely gonna fail.
Yeah, I don't know why you're helping. You're not helping.
I'm helping to get failed tests to level up.
You're getting like
myself.
half the people to pay attention to you because like that's probably like half of the people there are the trainees.
Yeah, roll.
Yes,
So-
you're also up to what I think we're supposed to be using the same skills for this,
Yeah.
but we haven't been doing that.
Is supposed to be the same
so-
skill?
I don't
think
think so.
but it just doesn't seem to work well. So pick a skill, any skill.
Yeah.
You're doing this in a different way, so it makes sense to me to use a different skill.
Yeah, I'm gonna use command. So is it still up 2, or
It's
is it
up
different?
6.
Right, but up 2 plus
yes,
4.
It is up 2 to start with. Yes.
Cool. I am charismatic, so that makes it 3 dice instead of 2.
Gets
Yes.
up 6. Yep.
I'm using command.
It's a good way to get failed rolls. Take some.
Yep, that's why I'm doing it. Hey, fail test for command.
Well, like, yeah.
Ob 2 for magic tricks. What are you using? Stage magic? Perform?
Yeah, stage magic.
That works for me.
Yeah, I got 6.
Yeah.
Step of fate.
Yep.
Well, first you can roll the 6 because it'll automatically add up before you need.
Well,
No.
yeah, isn't it?
Stage magic is a perform skill, not a magic skill.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So magic tricks is magic.
Magic tricks
but
is like
stage
magic trick
is not
construction. That's magic type. There. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That.
Okay.
Constructing.
Ooh.
Can I get Fallout to disappear anyway?
Yes, you can get Fallout. One Fallout to disappear anyways. What should we have that Fallout be?
This feels like it's perfect for infamy.
Yeah.
Frank from the
Sprained
city.
ankle.
Yeah, I kind of like infamy.
Does that mean I
Infamy
also
one.
get infamy?
Yes. Yeah, I made it fall back on Lex.
Wait. Actually, for you, I'll let you either choose. You can take the fallout, or you can take the consequences, which in this case, again, is getting stripped of your stuff. So you're not getting a
Wait.
spear anymore.
They would
is
strip me
essentially
of
what
my... I'll take infamy.
Well, hey, you
Fuck
share the
that.
consequences. You'll take infamy?
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have a laser spear anymore either.
You did literally just give him a laser spear, and then this happened.
You know.
Like, all right, they take yours to replace the recruits or something.
No, I need that.
I got Ire of the Aqueduct Guard 1. They're the people that are
was
mad.
a consequence from an earlier roll. You've already got that. Your fallout is infamy. There will be people around town talking about you, which is so different from what you're normally, in a negative way.
But they're not in the room, and I didn't shoot their
but people
chili.
gossip.
Oh, but it's going to be
And
spreading.
a bunch of people who have nothing better to do but gossip, they gossip.
You took out the retirees' chili bowl. They are going to talk shit about you.
Fine,
And there's
I'll
already
fix it later. I'll put on a benefit show.
Put on a benefit.
Anyhow, in the, poof of smoke as you go, just the room seems to kind of explode as, either if you do not take charge, you being Lexus in this case, somebody else is going to take charge and, start directing. Someone go patch the hole in the aqueduct, scoop up the chili, maybe put out the fire. We need to get something.
Yeah, I would, in the middle of my chastising, as the poof goes off, I say, well, now we gotta fix everything, and I just direct people to go fix it.
Absolutely. All right.
Evan, get on chili duty as a guy.
Question: does this count as a failure or success for my thing?
I think it's
I
failure,
think
right?
if you take fallout, it still counts as a failure. I think it.
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
It's just an alternate consequence. Let's check what the game says.
That's fair.
When a test fails, the GM may roll to give you your intent nonetheless illogical. I think it still counts as a fail,
Okay.
but you just get
that
what
makes
you want.
sense. Otherwise, you
Yeah,
could just
you're
fall
right.
out your way to victory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're right. It's still a fail.
So, do we cut to that evening?
Yeah.
It's
Can we
disastrous.
cut all of us together finally?
Yes,
I
let's
just said
put
we
all
stopped
of you
for
together at the
I just said we
lip.
stopped by for chili. How did you make this bad?
Wait, what do you mean? How did I make this bad?
What bad happened? I say from behind you as you're both discussing who's to blame for what happened.
Well, someone couldn't figure out what a gun was.
And someone thought breaking
smell
the laser
chili.
spear in half was a good idea.
Do you smell chili?
It's a long story.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got covered in chili.
He broke the chili.
Yes, even I heard what happened. One of the people who came by for
already?
confession today
Word travels
decided
fast in
to
Pitfall.
specifically,
What is
out of
this
the
town?
blue, bring it up. I think
What is this town?
were specifically
like,
looking forward to
does
it.
nothing happen here?
Yes, nothing happens here.
Nothing happens except once every 10 years. Then everything happens.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Francis. Lex, did you ask Francis to come?
Yes, I assumed someone who was inside of the pod area would be helpful in us traversing the pod area.
Not a bad idea. Did you tell him that we were about to do that?
Yeah, I said you needed some help traversing the pod area.
Okay.
I need to keep an eye on him because he'll probably be murdered. So I thought, put two and two together. We're good.
Okay.
First you've heard of his being murdered, but yes.
I mean, no, you were. They came by asking about, murder. I was already questioned as a witness. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Well, let's head inside and hope no one notices.
There are probably 2 Frost Shepherd guards on duty because you don't just keep that. It's a construction site.
Yep.
How did they? Do the guards have like a car or something?
Car?
What?
How did they get there? Do they just walk?
Oh,
Do they have
they
lunch
Walk
boxes?
to the
obvious-
city.
I think they just walked. It's not that big of a place.
They didn't take like a scooter.
They didn't take a cyber ATV that we have in our cyber nonsense deck.
All, but no, they're in town. It's like 5 minutes from Bubbles' office.
I think I want to just actually walk up to them, and for once use my authority as the person in charge, of fixing this up, and I say, "Oh, I think Cobalt would know their names. It's I think a Frost Shepherd thing, not just like it's a Frost Shepherd habit to call everyone by their full name. So I think they cultivate a specific name memory. So he says their names specifically, and commends them on their good job doing guard duty. But I don't think he says they're not needed anymore. He says, I have some work to do, and I was told Alice would be here. Can you fetch her for me, please? She should be. I pause to think of the furthest part of the other side of town completely, and that is, according to our drawn map, actually the residential building, I think. Oh no, it's the Frost Garrison. You're right, it is the pit. She should be at the bottom of the pit, gathering something for us. If you can go find her. And I try to convince the guards to go all the way to the bottom of the pit.
Both of them?
Both of them. It's very important.
All right. Well, let's try and get you a failed roll.
Okay.
Okay. You set that up pretty reasonably. So, intent, get them gone. Task, convince them that somebody else.
Yeah.
That you need them to get somebody else.
Who's totally where I said they were.
You have authority, but also sending both of them seems ridiculous.
It
I'm
is.
giving
Yeah.
that an ob 3 hard.
Okay. Does rhetoric work to try and convince them?
Yes.
Okay. I still have Fate and Persona, and I would rather pass this than not. I'll just take the failed if I fail, which means I'm gonna spend both of my Persona. I'll spend one. Oops. Go.
What's failure look like?
Spend one Persona. Oh wait, yeah, until a year.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what would failure look like in this case. You'll get profiled as the murderer.
Oh, if it's just by them? Because I don't know if...
Yes, so that will spread. It's not like Fallout, but...
You'll be suspect number 1.
I'll be suspect number 1 because I did something suspicious right after being questioned.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Do my priestly vestments help at all when ordering Frost Shepherds?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think being wise helps me, because this is probably not a very wise thing to do. Limping doesn't matter. How about exhausted? I don't actually know if it matters this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it be for now.
Okay, so 2 dice. Oh, it's
2 dice, all
3. Oh, two
I
dice
got 2
plus
extra dice.
2 extra dice plus my rating of 4, so 6 dice, op 3. Okay, I'm good. Oh.
There we go. So the 2 guards kind of look at each other and are saying, "Yeah, well, I guess if he's saying it, it must be real important." And like,
if she's not there,
Alexis,
yeah, and I follow up like, if she's not there, it means that she's already gone off, and then I name like the other part of town, I probably name like, yeah, she's probably talking to the aqueduct guards to get some parts from material. You know what? She's probably there if you don't see her in the thing. It's very important. We need this material to fix this. I just like, all right.
They're intelligent enough that they then split up and check both of those two spots separately.
It's fine. I just wanted them gone.
And they basically tell Lexus, guard this until we're back.
I mean, I don't take orders from you, but okay. I'll do it. Because it's my friend.
Okay.
All right. And they'll head off.
Okay. They are gone. We should head inside before they return.
I was told to guard this, so you can't. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Not even a protest.
Yeah, I think I try to. I go up to the hole and try to get inside. Is it still open?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Like a tarp over it or something?
Yeah.
Is the rope still there?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Or is there a ladder?
Actually, no, they probably actually grabbed a ladder.
I'm gonna climb into the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. I think we have guns in there.
Okay, yeah. I'll go last.
Why did you have guns in this?
Why would, in an apocalypse, we not pack guns into the survival pod?
All right. Okay, yeah. That was. Were you climbing down too, Lex?
Yeah, I went last because I gotta make sure no one sees us go in.
Sounds good. Pulls the tarp over top.
Yep.
So when you're in the pods, it's as we've kind of described before. There are definitely two levels. The top level was the commoners level, and as you know, you go down, you get the rares and the mythics. Anyhow, sorry. Inside, there's kind of it's one giant pod, and then you have, pods stacked on pods. For most of the rooms there, especially up at the top where there's just less space per person. When you head down to the lower levels, there is a little bit more space, some areas for more personal belongings, shelf space, still very, very compact. There's also a couple of storage containers, which are there right now. It hasn't been too long. Some of them have been opened and emptied, and you can see that. Others not completely. They still have your, coded locks on it. Let's go with that. Is there anything in particular that you want to do, find, or look for? I do have at least one thing which you will find if you do some looking around.
Yeah, I want to do some looking around, mostly rooting through the belongings, looking for A, stuff to sell, B, a gun.
I'm looking for information, which also probably coincides with the belongings.
I assume we have lost some medicinal, technology. So I'm looking for
technology, yes, but we gained it all back in nanites.
Ooh, I'm gonna look for some medicine and maybe perhaps genealogy records
You're looking
to try and prove.
So,
Alright.
are we doing the same thing, or are we making three separate things? It's hard to tell.
Same thing.
Okay.
I would say three separate things, with the one exception being two of you are just rummaging around people's stuff.
Well, I think mine's kind of like information, but mine's specific information.
And I'm looking for knowledge of the past, which I would start off by looking at and gleaning what type of stuff is in here, but I wouldn't really take the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so much at once. Let's start with the really easy one, medicine. That's not related to anything else. The intent is to find something to help.
Oh, so what kind of skill?
So I have a skill
that's
called
why we should all work
scavenging.
together. That's why we should all work together.
Because
Yes,
I used to be a city scavenger long ago.
these are going to be different roles, but I definitely don't object to help on them. So if you're looking for medicine, it's probably going to be in a locked chest somewhere. That does make some level of sense. You don't just leave your medicine hanging around. But I wouldn't say it would be that hard to find, the chest that has the red cross on it. Getting into the chest is going to be the hard thing.
Who launched their first aid kit?
People that literally have their life-saving pods ordered by wealth. Only the rich people get access to it. You have to have a password so the poor people can't access their health.
Yeah, that's true. Now, can I roll laser spear to get into the medicine without breaking the medicine?
Yes, I would say so.
My idea on a failure is the alarm goes off.
Just to get into the medicine, your task is laser spearing it open.
Yes. As I said, my idea for consequences on a failure, the alarm goes off in the facility.
Is there still power to the facility?
Alarms can sometimes just have emergency power.
Yes, I like the idea of the alarm going off. It might go off after the other two have also had a chance to at least attempt one roll, assuming that you're not helping. So basically one roll each if the alarm does go off because of this.
It'll just keep escalating. Like, if next person fails a roll, then it'll be the defenses activate. And then if the next person fails a roll, and the guards are back above already.
You're trying to get into a very tough metal box, but at the same time, you've already gotten into this pod itself with your laser sphere. That thing has some power. So I'm going to go up to.
Yeah, your cabinets are never stronger than your house.
Yeah, it's not a matter of getting in, it's a matter of getting in without causing collateral damage.
Yeah.
So up
to. Okay. Can I argue for driven because I want to get rid of this fucking chest cold?
Oh, that one's a harder sell. Anything else that you want to argue for?
I have austere. I don't think charismatic helps me open a laser spear.
Driven. How is driven gonna?
Do you have a current belief or goal about getting better?
No.
Then I would interpret that as no, then.
I think I agree with a no, unless you're somehow involving water in this.
Can I trick him into opening a different box to help?
Wait, how does that help?
How does that help?
That feels like it's instead getting him to do what you want.
No. The task is to use the laser spear to open it. I'm helping with the task by presenting a different target as practice that just happens to have guns in it.
Okay. That's also expanding the intent.
I'll take that, but you're still going to have to roll for that help. And that would be your one roll, but yes.
Also, okay. That does expand the intent to also guns are now here.
Yes, I agree.
Trying to help.
Your help roll sounds like a charisma check to see if Lexus will fall for it. But yes, that works fine, sure.
I don't know. I'm spitballing. I don't have search skills. I'm trying to figure something out.
Yep, no, if you want a charisma check help, you can get practice.
Yep.
Alright, let's have that helpful charisma check first. How hard would it be to actually convince you to try and open this other box for,
But just keep with this. We'll say ob2. Keep
Okay.
it the same ob as my ob, just to make it easy.
In which case, ob2. What skill are you thinking of using there?
I'm trying to confidence tricks. I'm trying to say, like, it'll be fine. You just need to practice, get it together, pop this guy open. If you could do this one, you could do the medicine case. No problem.
Yeah, I would also assume if there are guns here, you know what box has the guns.
It's labeled guns.
It's got the ammo like
Yeah,
icon
the 3
on it.
bullets.
Yeah.
You're good for iconography in this stuff.
Yeah, I'm curious as to if we have any working guns in there. And I'm hot, so that's 5 dice.
Curious, yes. Hot,
I'm not sure if hot.
Not up to you.
Well, you are trying to convince me.
That's what I meant. It's not up to the game master. It's a hot work.
I don't think your hotness comes into effect here.
Well, fine. 4 dice.
Curious,
What about my good suit?
I'd tend to say that among your other traits, at least one of them is going to apply. Sure, have another
Sure.
die.
Roll a 4. Yeah, I got 1.
What? Use your fate. Use your fate.
Use my fate. No.
Oh, all right. It's down
There
to
is
me.
still
Okay.
a possibility.
Okay. God. All right. Well, I don't get any of my traits. I want to save my persona to not have tuberculosis.
Lame.
Fair. You have Notorious and Infamy? Oh.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'll use my persona. So I'm rolling 3 dice. Oh!
There
did
we
it!
go. You're into the container.
And
I'm
it's
going to
because
say
of the
with your help,
persona.
you got into both of the containers, so you
Yeah.
guys have both your guns and medicine specifically for chest clean.
Yes!
It's just Dayquil.
Yep.
It'll work.
Meanwhile, Cobalt is looking around. And I think, yeah, he's looking for information about, I would say, if there's like a dossier on the people who went into the pods. Might look for something like that.
Okay. So your intent, find information on the people in the pods?
Yep.
Okay. How are you doing it? Task.
He is looking around. He is accessing any newfangled computers that might exist. And because apparently we all can speak the same language anyways, he can read the interface. So he's looking for just like, yeah, list of who was registered here, things like that. She's hoping, again, that there's at least some power enough to have this function.
Specifically the people who are in here and registered.
In the pods, yeah.
Privacy information. How much do they value privacy?
Given that it's the cyberpunk future, and also there was a chance of memory loss, given the whole, like, cryostasis thing, there might be a lot more information than you might think.
I assume their genome is sequenced per person. Like,
I'm gonna go with
yeah, I just couldn't understand that part. Okay. I'm using my scavenging skill of 2.
And because you're working with computers again, failure is exactly the same. The alarm's going off.
Perfect. I think Wise actually could work here for me being able to stumble my way around a computer interface.
Yes, actually.
Perfect. And I'm going to spend my last persona.
Oh, that's assuming the computer interface was designed intuitively.
Which, surprisingly, is like the one thing most cyberpunk futures have going for it.
Intuitive computer design?
I think so.
Okay. I think we're being generous, but yes.
What was the last thing you were checking? Yeah, whatever.
I'm spending a persona as well. Is the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I go up from 2 dice as my basic skill to 4 dice total. Let's do this. Up 2.
You find it. No alarms have gone off. You're able to get in and basically find the passenger list. It has things like, names, age, gender, or whichever gender. Not literally their genome. That's a little bit much, but you know.
Any
Blood
major
type,
genetic
yes.
diseases they carry or something like that?
Yeah, that seems
Basically
right.
everything on a
Basic
doctor
medical
sheet,
history.
like basically anything that you would have on like a chart at a hospital. Like they have like a
Probably.
list.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's like a paragraph box that's this big for patient history, and that's it.
If you want.
Yep.
Basically, having found this, if you ask me any questions about these things, I will tell you.
Perfect.
Did any of them have super TB? Is that something I have to deal with?
Well, I think now's a good time to go to break while we figure out what happens next. Do you have a
I
cliffhanger for us, Marissa? You don't need one.
No. No,
Okay.
no cliffhangers yet.
Then we find the information, and we will figure out what to do with it, and also the guns, when we're back in a few minutes.
What guys?
Thank you for watching. There we go. We are back.
So
Wait.
I was still talking about Pathfinder.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the Owlcat games are my favorite way to play Pathfinder now.
I found that years ago when I did play Pathfinder tabletop game a while back. I was also playing XCOM, the video game, and I realized I get the same thing from the XCOM video game that I do from the Pathfinder tabletop game in a fraction of the time. That started my preference being developed towards narrativist games for role-playing games.
Oh, this isn't a shame on Pathfinder, because I like the super crunchiness, and I think that's why I like the game. But definitely when I was playing Pathfinder in person, it was a lot of like remembering to add up all of the things. So every single action made us go like a checklist through everything.
Though I think the
And-
Roll20 character sheet now will help with that.
Yeah.
I didn't have.
Which is that's also kind of what I like about like Burning Wheel is like you have the checklist and like think about all of the roles.
Yeah.
But I have such a
Perk
bigger
everything.
impact. Yeah, and I don't mind doing that. It's that the Pathfinder ones, you do that for super minor things too, and not just for important things. And Burning Wheel says, yes, complicated role mechanics, but they're all important.
Yeah, that's true.
They're all important. None of them are like, and then you open the door. Failure was the door stayed closed. That was all that was at stake. But you did bunches of math.
Yeah.
I think that I have played Pathfinder wrong. I've played Pathfinder 1 once and Pathfinder 2 once. And we got into a total of one fight. So I spent ages and ages and ages character creating 2 separate characters for them to do absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah, because the complication of all the roles pushes you not to want to make rolls.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Because half the time they're not important.
It's the joke about breaking out the grapple rules.
Yeah, is it important enough for me to do these rules? And like the Burning Wheel model keeps the complexity that's cool, but loses the unimportant version of it.
That's
like the roles
the
matter.
things,
yeah.
That's one of the things that I really like about both Hot Circle and this game. The first question you ask on a roll is, does failure matter? And if the answer is no, then don't do it. And yeah.
But like even when you play the Pathfinder video game, you still make all of these dumb rolls, which I think is very funny.
Yeah,
like when you're playing, it's like, why did I roll for this chest?
Yeah, there's like
why is this so many?
Because I just can't finish it, the video game, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just be like walking around, and I'll just hear the rolling going on in the background. Like you hear the dice roll, like what's happening?
I hit 6 of them. How?
Yep. It's absolutely a thing.
Every single individual trap is roll.
Yes,
so,
it is.
But then they set up a minefield for you.
Well, it's also the fact that in the video game version, some of the the video game version is harder than it is supposed to be in the actual adventure modules that they're based on.
No.
They're not?
By the rules, Pathfinder is the step above normal. The way they do the difficulty in there, Pathfinder by the book is hard mode.
Okay, then I might have misread it. There was something that they did tweak. I don't remember what it was.
It's simplified in the normal mode.
The thing I did like about when I did play the game is that your alignment actually fucking mattered.
Oh, I loved that it shifted. The shifting chart was my favorite part because it's like I can see when I did evil things, and I can see it shift and like skew as I get bored.
I liked how like really early on I played a lawful neutral monk, right? And if you are specifically lawful neutral, there's like what are they called? The like mites and the kobold fights, like where they're fighting and you have to like fix their problem. The lawful neutral path is just like they stop. You're like, hey, I'm lawful neutral. I'll figure it out for you, and they go, okay, and they stop fighting each other.
Yeah, I think I was neutral good. I went for just like I don't. What I often find is whenever I try to play a character in a tabletop role playing game, like video game, where I don't know what kind of plot or story I'm getting into,
You always go evil.
I always go myself, which
evil.
Sure. Because I'm like, I don't know what my character's opinions are on this, and there's a lot of weird things to have opinions on that I'm not aware of yet.
No, I'm joking. I do the same thing. I play myself.
Yeah.
I always want to play an evil character, and then I come into a choice, and I'm like, yes, that's a good evil. Wait, you mean I actually have to take that kid away from his parent and have him go be a Sith Lord? I don't know how I feel about that. And then I end up playing a good character anyways, because I cannot for the life of me actually feel okay with making those evil decisions.
My favorite take on this is the Knights of the Old Republic version, where there's only really good and only really bad options, but you can still be neutral, but the only way to be neutral is to just be horribly swingy.
Yeah. Because
no consistency.
I'll still occasionally pick up the MMO start like SWTOR.
That's what I was referring to.
It's so funny when I'm trying to play the Sith Inquisitor and the light side option is just like you're honest about being bad most of the time, right? Or the dark side option is just horribly shitty, right? Like I think I got light side for telling like a Jedi Padawan like, yeah, they don't really care about you. Like, they're just using you. And it's like, Jesus, that was light side? Telling this Padawan that her whole life is a lie?
Being honest about it.
Yeah.
So the good thing to do is lie.
No, apparently the evil thing to do is lie.
I could go into that game so much, but that's probably where we should jump back into.
We could also briefly mention our Dragon Age character, who was an elf who was racist against humans. They were fun.
Yeah. See, that's such an interesting take in a video game because it really doesn't matter, and it's just the game is making fun of itself.
Yeah.
But like,
once again, tyranny is one of the best things because you have a lot of dialogue options, and many of
everything is bad in tyranny.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
You can choose what flavor of evil you want to be, or you can try to be good, but that's actually very difficult, but it is possible. Or you can just do silent glare, I think, or something like that, the entire game. Just never say
that
anything.
seems like a good option. I always want a silent glare option.
I don't speak.
There's a silent glare for 99% of dialogue choices in that game.
I gotta play Tyranny again. I never finished it. I gotta play it.
Okay, get ready for my next player character, the one who glares.
Please don't let me be the GM for that.
Are you glaring behind like sunglasses?
Yeah.
Through the brim of us like a cowboy hat?
Oh, it depends on the genre of the game. That's the good thing about the character who just glares. It fits in any genre. You name it, my character glares.
Alrighty.
Anyways,
so, speaking of
we've got a couple of
games,
things happening in this ship here. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to examine? I think that there were a couple of things noted, but
yeah, so there's no dead bodies in the pods, right? There's no one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. I do not want to try and say, oh, and this person didn't make it, it's decaying. Yeah, no, we're good without that.
Well, I want to go pod to pod looking for knickknacks. Or clues. Maybe
that's how you justify it.
Or maybe it's a return to the pod movement among the pod people, where people that are meshing too well get murdered because they set a bad example and people won't go back into the pods.
That seems reasonable to me. Anyone want to help?
I wasn't really gonna roll. I was just gonna walk around.
I wanted to find.
I'm good with this not being a roll.
Yeah, like I don't have not that I was trying to. Let me clarify. Not specifically just to not roll, but more that I don't have a task. I don't have an intent other than to look in every pod I can, and there's no greater intent than look at all the pods. If there's something cool, we could address it then. Yes, I will roll. But
yeah, I just wanted to find if there's any like family tree history in the computer, as it is called.
So you take over the computer from the Frost Shepherd.
Oh, if I see he's already in it, I would like to ask for any information pertaining to that. As I will spin it as perhaps it is not the pod people themselves who are murdering each other. What if it is a long-standing resentment through familial lines, like this person got in the pod and we did not?
or they're still waiting on the inheritance that never could be cashed because they were alive in the pod.
Exactly. Yes, I like the way you think, Frank.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you mean, I say.
Seeing if there is a family tree of people who came into the pod, perhaps there are relatives of them who did not enter in pods themselves and
this
have found
only shows
reason
information about people who are in the pods. I don't think.
Right. I'm saying family tree information of people in the pods.
Does this include that, Marissa? I briefly look over to see if there's like a list of like relatives.
Sure, why not?
But it doesn't.
I hesitantly admit that it includes
contacts, family, direct family.
Yeah, but it doesn't go past the age the pod existed. Like when the pod was sealed, the information stops there. It doesn't connect to the now.
Yeah. That would be some kind of
That would be, yeah. But yeah, I do then. I think I hesitantly admit that. Like, it does show immediate family members.
Do you believe we could cross-reference this with any? Do the Frost Shepherds have genealogy information?
Wait, would it be genealogy? No, it's the medieval one. How is the Frost Shepherd's heraldry?
Heraldry. You're right. Actually, it would totally be heraldry.
Genealogy is modern, but not sci-fi, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Cobalt looks a bit embarrassed and hesitates before he says, "They do not anything local. I'd have to send out a message to Frost Shepherd headquarters. They are known to be somewhat eccentric. When the Frost Shepherds, you might not know this actually, but Pitfall now has its own heraldry, because when Frost Shepherds assimilate a location, it gets its own heraldry, and so by the Frost Shepherds heraldry,
I guess it gets its own.
Well, no, not you all, but like something. Everyone in Pitfall is considered distant family, at least by that system.
Oh,
they have assimilated many locations, but I'm not sure how helpful it would be then. If you're looking for direct family by blood.
Perhaps it is a dead end. Or maybe, so do we know Pitfall started with pod people?
Like, do we know that? As players, we
know. As characters, do we? Because the opportunist said...
I don't.
Yeah.
I've just heard, like, rumors.
I feel like it's not a secret that
I don't think it's a secret.
Came out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe we don't know where the original pod is.
Oh, we do know. It was disassembled parts.
Yeah, so we don't know where it
was.
was, basically,
where the
because it's
lab
probably where the lab is now, and it's a whole thing where it's just...
Yeah.
It used to be here, but now it's been moved.
Now it no longer is in a functional form, so that the Frost Shepherds are not worshipping them as gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only we had the original pod, perhaps
And
we could cross-reference there.
Most of the adults that came out of it are dead now.
Yeah,
Well,
like
most of them moved to the town above.
And they're probably dead anyway, just from living there.
yeah.
I
The
spent
Opportunist
time.
is like one of the OGs.
Yeah.
He only is alive because of cyber parts.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Hmm.
So, I think while we are still here, I think I respond with, why so curious about genealogy?
Seeing if it is another potential lead for murders, most murders happen among family, and perhaps even extremely distant family.
I suppose, I say, unconvinced, but dropping it for now.
Is there anything else you are looking for specifically? I have a knack for opening boxes with my laser spear.
If you don't mind, I'm going to jump in at this point and give us some direction.
Thank you.
Francis, you've been wandering here. You found a couple of different things, knickknacks, aka when you pull things out of your sleeves, they can have been from here. One of the things that you will have found that catches your attention a little bit more is a kind of a manuscript, almost a picture book, like it's for a young child. And you're flipping through it a little bit, somewhat near Cobalt Bubbles. I'm sorry, I'm manhandling you a little bit here. Cobalt, your eye is caught by the fact that just a couple of familiar phrases and whatnot. This book is really, really, really reminiscent to you of some of the things that showed up in the Crystal Edicts.
It's a picture book. It's a picture book.
Fine. I actually get wide-eyed in character and carefully reach for it.
I pull it back. I mean, like, but it's a picture book. What do you want?
This was... It's very important that I read this.
Sure, you and everyone else come and see it at the shop.
Can I read it now? Just, it doesn't look very, large. It won't take me long. And after all, it was my idea that we come here.
Yeah, but I found it. It's fine.
It is still yours after. Please.
And
is this one of the guns you want to add?
At this point, you are interrupted by some swearing and some shots being fired from above at the hole.
Oh no. From above at us? Or do we hear shots being fired from elsewhere?
The computer is on the upper level by the hole. Basically, there is a figure in the hole. They were starting to climb down, but the fact that your voices were there means they were not coming in. And so instead, they took a couple pot shots at you.
Yeah.
And are scurrying out.
I would like to call up to them. The greeting, like, hello?
With gunfire? Okay, I duck down to the ground like a normal person.
I start by just calling out lone gunman.
It was not laser fire, and it was not cryo fire.
You don't recognize. You're right. We wouldn't recognize it as. Okay, what? I will double check what type of gunfire because we wouldn't know bullets or guns.
I said gunfire. It is gunfire.
Cool. I guess
someone's setting off pop rocks. Let's go.
Oh. I'm gonna say I still duck down to the ground.
You go down to the ground.
I'm chasing.
Francis tries to reason with them.
With the lone gunman, yes.
And you chase them?
Yes.
Okay, please give me an order to those things. Which of you do you think reacts first? And then we'll start some rolls.
Hey, okay, I just want to point out, you cannot run faster than sound.
I would agree with that.
That's fair. You may speak first, but I am running to action second.
Yeah, I have it till you get there.
Absolutely. All right. So you can speak first. What's your task is obviously speech. What's your intent?
Yeah, so my intent is to get them to try to empathize with our, not empathize, but recognize that we are down there, we mean them no harm, and we can work something out. It's really a if I see you're going, it might be a distraction, but I'm trying to get them to believe that their life will be better. They just came down here and had a nice, calming discussion.
Right. Oh, I'm trying to decide between two different levels on this one. Five. I can't. That's an ob 5. Good luck with that.
How is it up 5? I would
The
5
person
3.
is probably the person who's here to murder you.
Yes.
Well, fine. Can I? How about you're right. You're right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Can I? What if my intent was simply to get them to stop firing for a moment? The shock of conversation and acknowledgement of their efforts.
4, but they are specific. Yeah, okay. 4, ob 4. For that.
You get knocked down an op because then you are seen as a human being able to talk to them.
Yeah.
Makes murdering
The
you
shock
all
of
the harder.
humanization.
Well, you're not asking them, hey, come down into this secluded area where there might be more of us hiding around in positions where we... yeah, no.
I think that forking is not a thing in this game.
I half agree, but also we don't have that many skills where forking is really meant to be much of a thing.
I do. I can fork. I can fork everything here. I have a network of forks. I understand that's how this game works, but I miss it.
Okay, so failure on this roll. Your shot. That's the most.
That's fine. That means Fallout is not gunshots.
You are correct. It means Fallout is not gunshots. No. Failure on this roll. You are shot.
Yep.
Potentially fatally. Yeah.
Would you like to make this a
Not
group
necessarily
sort
fatally.
of roll? Because I'm still charging them.
I was hoping I was trying to play off of that. Stop
Mhm.
shooting. He gets tackled.
If the intent is, the tackle and you're helping by talking, I can see it.
He tends to stop the shooting. It's just two different approaches.
I think it's the one
One's
where
delay,
it is.
the other is if the delay doesn't work, tackling will.
Hopefully.
It's technically not needed, but it would be helpful.
If there was a backup plan.
Okay, I'm going to. Yes, I do agree with that. Let's both do help in that case. You're still at ob 4 as well because you're trying to climb up a ladder to tackle someone on top of a ladder who is
I'm not
pointing
trying
a
to.
gun at you.
I'm not trying to. Oh, I thought he ran off. That's why I went to chase. If he's on the ladder shooting at us, I'm shooting with my.
He's now probably off of the ladder, like at the top, standing over the hole, shooting down at you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought he
With
ran
the
like.
arrow.
Okay, I
The
thought
plan
you
still
said.
works. I talk to him to distract while you creep up the ladder.
Cool. I thought you said he went. Oh shoot! Started shooting in the hole as he was running away. He's just in the hole shooting at us. Then I will laser spear shoot him.
He's up at the top of the hole, and you're right. He is like silhouetted there. You could easily see that.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm shooting back with my laser spear,
Okay.
not trying to
Your
kill, but to
ob is-
maim.
Your ob is probably slightly easier. Ob 3 for you.
Okay.
And this is both of a help roll. Again, the failure rate on both of you is your shot.
I would like to levy for Driven, as I believe the Eternal is part of my bloodline, and if he dies, that goal or that belief is no longer relevant.
Okay.
I'm driven
Yes,
to keep him
also
alive.
because, part of your unofficial goal this session is, get this guy. So
Yep.
Cool.
I think I might try helping as well.
all right.
I want to grab a gun
Everyone
and
gets
shoot
shot
him.
if it fails.
No, I want to grab a gun and
Doesn't-
shoot the guy back.
Where are you? Okay,
There's a
There's a
there's a
crate of
locker of
guns in here.
guns. There's a crate of guns.
fair enough. You have 0 training in this.
That's not
in
actually
any
true.
way, shape,
I
or
do
form.
legitimately have frost rifle training.
I'm not sure
All
how.
right.
And there might be, hopefully, a rifle-sized gun in there.
Then I'll give you Ob 3 actually no. I think you are up at Ob 4 simply because it's also taking some time to grab the gun.
Okay.
Could I also levy for austere? Is that when we took shots, I immediately started shooting back.
No,
My training
that has
kicked
nothing
in.
to do with austere.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I'm curious as to whether or not this will work.
This is where we all die. We're all shot.
Quite possibly.
My suit is too nice to. I'm not.
Oh, wait.
My suit.
Wait a
My
second.
suit is too nice to be ruined.
I cannot see your suit, but
You're too hot to be killed.
What by now?
I'm too pretty to
And
die.
my voice is soothing.
I'm giving you your voice is soothing and 1 for being, a mixture of curious and too hot.
Yeah.
So you get 2.
So, here's the problem. I am exhausted and limping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, those would probably increase your ob.
So my ob goes from 4 to 6. My
Correct.
skill with my frost rifles is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
All of
Only-
you roll.
Nope.
Only one
Zip.
of us needs to succeed.
0.
Mine is ob 3, right?
Yes.
We're counting on you.
Oh, I gotta. Okay, I'm going to spend a fate.
You better.
Slash roll 1d6.
Oh.
Yes! I shoot him and maim him. Wait, roll yours. Did it go? Roll yours.
did.
You
I
did.
got
It's right
1.
below.
Oh,
It did not go well.
yes.
So
now I
talking
need-
doesn't work, but he's trying, or they are trying to keep eyes on 3 people at once. So as they continue, trying to get their gun into position to actually focus on one of you, the yelling and the guns, and 1 shot connects. I'm going to go from person of interest rules in that unique them, and
Yeah.
they
fall down the
collapse.
ladder.
They're not going to collapse forwards towards the ladder. They are going to collapse out of sight, out of the hole, but they are not going to get very far. Now, let me frantically try and figure out who is this person.
I have the worst. I know the most dramatic idea. I will message it to you.
Okay,
Ooh.
thank you. Please do. Oh no, wait.
While we're looking around, I have a
Whoa,
gun
this-
in my hand now.
No! How dare you?
That is who I think would be the most dramatically horrible person for it to be. Who
think
I
you're
leave it in your
right.
hands.
How
Oh, no.
dare
How I messaged the GM.
Slash W space GM. But
Ah,
also that'll message all GMs. We're all GMs. So do
Oh.
slash W space like Marissa. It'll show up. Should have drop down.
Or just chuck a message to me in Discord.
Yeah, just
that'll work
probably
too.
the easiest.
Is there a /W?
Is there what?
There it is. I got it. I'm trying to think of a funny answer.
Oh.
Yes,
While we
everyone
blabber.
propose who they think this person is. Why not?
Okay, sure. I'll message you on Discord.
As I try and figure out. Oh no. Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, one more there.
Oh, we all of our answers in?
Yeah.
I seem to be missing yours, Indigo.
It's on roll 20.
Okay. Well, we have the votes in, and I have decided an idea that kind of suits sort of people.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
I'm assuming that you're heading up to the ladder to see who this is.
I'm gesturing
Yeah.
I think
for
so.
I'm
the
going with my
spear
spear.
boy to go up the ladder.
You head up the ladder, and find on the ground with a gunshot metal. Wait, no, your laser
Laser-
sphere was the one
Laser
that
shot.
connected. So laser shot to the knee. Alice, or rather, or Alice Cornflower, or at least sort of Alice Cornflower.
Alice is like your assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do you
what do you
mean
mean sort of Alice
Please
Cornflower?
elaborate. Is the only difference the gunshot wound, or is there more?
Is she a
The gunshot
cyborg?
wound is definitely a
Ooh,
difference.
she could be a cyborg.
Oh yeah, what
She
color's the blood?
looks pretty well identical to Alice. The thing that you're noticing is there's just, even down on the ground, and like, there's a couple of different mannerisms. There's just those eyes. Those eyes do not look like the Alice you know. There's just a couple of things that are, as you look at this person, they look identical, but they don't feel like the same.
It's a shapeshifter.
It's
cloned.
the uncanny
Evil cloned.
valley.
Oh,
Yeah.
mirror universe?
Does she slash it have the gun still in their hand?
Yes.
I will just point the laser spear and say, Cobalt, I'm gonna need you up here.
Okay, I'm coming up now. And then I limp my way up the ladder.
I also
Exhaustedly.
head up the ladder.
I'm still holding the
Being-
gun. I'm still holding the gun I have. I
I'm not.
was not expecting the recoil. Frost
Um,
rifles don't have recoil.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, as I
frost
go up the
rifles are-
ladder, I've taken careful precautions to not brush up against the ladder, to not damage my clothes. It's old and kind of gross.
Yeah. If I could get to like Alice clone, I will just take the gun away, or like put my foot on the gun so she can't move.
She lets you. You're pointing a gun at her. There's not much you can do. Murder in her
Yeah.
eyes. Her mouth is tightly zipped.
Mhm.
The 4 giant fangs.
Yeah,
Two
the
at the
the
bottom,
predator
2 at the
mouth
top.
opens.
I've not seen that, but no, sorry.
You haven't read the seminal comic Archie versus Predator?
Wait, tell me
I
that's
put it
not
away
real.
a couple of times, I'll admit you.
Shut
I
up.
don't,
This is
I
a
don't
real
make jokes.
There's Archie versus everyone.
Yeah, there is.
What's the one where Jughead is a werewolf? That's
Jughead
We
is
were
a
watching a
werewolf.
wonderful
Archie
YouTube
catches a
on the making
werewolf?
of Riverdale.
No, it's about
Jughead the Hunger?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's like the most actual creepy title you could have for that.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Archie versus Predator, there you
Yep. Yeah, so once everyone comes up the ladder, I will show Cobalt his assistant that is not really his assistant because we have the uncanny valley and she doesn't look quite right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 2 valleys over.
Yeah, the uncanny valley is a part of the heraldry of the Frost Shepherd.
That's probably more accurate than you think. Yeah. Yeah, no. Cobalt is like Alice. In shock, he doesn't realize that this isn't or might not be Alice.
Look more closely, Cobalt.
What? Who are you? And Cobalt has a tone you've never heard him use before. Like, it's much more angry.
So, like, the Batman voice.
How
Yeah, kind of.
witchy of a trigger finger do you have, Lex?
I'm highly trained, and she is unarmed.
So your finger's not on the trigger.
No.
Hey, she's gonna go and try and, with her uninjured foot, kick the Frost Shepherd.
Kick me?
Right in the face.
Okay.
No, just the shin. There's not much she can reach. I'm just not wanting her to do that if I know she's going to then die for
okay.
it.
So she doesn't know martial
I think
arts?
unless she wants to do some serious harm, I think she can. If that.
No, she just wants to express that she is annoyed. Or and displeased.
Okay.
Alright.
I think she can. And I just like, what happened? What did you do with Alice?
She says nothing.
I
want to knock her out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I also wanted to knock her out, but before I wanted to see if her blood was a different color. But laser probably immediately caught her.
Yeah, there ain't no blood from that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shoot her.
Yeah, we could like nick her cheek with a knife.
Yeah, I mean,
you're the good guy.
You can do that after we knock her out. I want to just like hit her with the butt of my rifle.
Say good guys.
I'm a Frost Shepherd. I am by definition not a good guy.
You're the bad guy. You're an evil cleric.
you're the Empire.
Yeah.
Oh my. All right.
Yep. So she's knocked out.
Yeah.
Do we have to roll to knock her
Actually,
out, or
okay.
is it going to be harder than
If
we
you guys
think?
are going to knock her out, yes, I do want to roll. It's probably not going to be a terribly hard one, but please specify knocking her out without permanent damage, knocking her out.
What? This
oh,
isn't
good,
cartoon? Just like hit someone, mildly tap them on the head, and they fall asleep?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
going for cartoon beer bottle smash, and they're out.
Oh,
If you smash a beer bottle over someone's head, yes, you'll get blood.
Yes.
Or frying pan.
I don't think it. The tone of our setting and game so far makes me think that just knocking someone out is fine. I don't know, but then that means it can happen to us.
Yeah,
I
think
use the Frost Shepherd standard chokehold.
My answer, I'm basically saying
I'm trained in
knock her out
rifles.
without harm, and basically call that an op 1. Because I do think
Okay.
that there's, problems. I'm not looking for this to be a crazy hard roll. But there should be consequences to your knocking out an unarmed civilian in the middle of an open territory, even when it is nighttime. That's not typical.
Right, of the murder.
Behavior.
Forget about the attempted murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
On us.
someone could see you.
Yeah, but attempted murder on us.
Okay, I'm fine to roll. I guess since I'm using my rifle as the butt of my rifle, it's my rifle skill.
Go ahead.
I
Yep.
will attempt to help by
How
knocking
do you
her out
help?
with
Do
the
you kick
butt
her
of
a
my
bit?
spear.
Do you kick her a bit?
we synchronize hit her with blunt
Yeah,
objects.
it's the whole like, all right, we both punch at the same time, go. All right, I have 2 dice. It's ob 1.
Mhm.
What could go wrong?
Save.
That could go wrong.
I still haven't told you what failure is, but anyhow, keep rolling.
I said I'm doing it. No matter what,
All right.
I'm doing it.
What? I will listen to what failure is.
Okay, let's see what failure is. Failure is the guards come back right at this very inconvenient moment, with other news that you might not know yet.
So failure is we do it, but then witnesses and
Cool.
miscontext soap opera-esque. No, it's not what you think it is. Witnesses.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Number of dice 2. I need 1. Yay!
There we
Bam.
go.
Oh,
Knocking her
okay.
out is successful. Oh, all right. You've got her knocked out. What's next?
I tie her up with scarves.
Absolutely, you totally have those scarves. I'm not taking a roll for that.
Yep, that's like the
Whoa,
classic
where'd you
thing.
pull those out from? Whoa!
My sleeves! I got so many scarves up here, it's so hot.
You're in your fancy like jacket that would be like totally cold otherwise, but you have so many scarves.
Why are scarves?
Now, did she have like a gun, or did she have like?
I said she fired a gun, so yes.
She has a bullet
Or
gun.
is it a stone bow that fires little metal pellets?
A stone bow.
She had a gun. It is not identical. It's the same sort of type as the one that is currently being held in Cobalt's hand.
It fires metallic projectiles. Was hers a pistol, or is hers also like a rifle, like mine is?
Hers was a pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's a revolver that may or may not have a bang flag.
Wait, what flag? What?
A bang flag.
A bang flag?
Of course, that's totally normal to have.
May or may not. We'll find out when I need to shoot someone.
Do we take her to the garrison, or do we interrogate her at your house?
My house
Or
is
field?
closer, I say. But
Field? Why do we need
No.
to take the body through town? We just fields.
No, the house is like right. It's not in
My house
town.
is-
It's on the outskirts of
yeah,
town.
my house is like 5 minutes away.
But then you get clone all over.
What is a clone?
We don't know for sure that this is an Alice, as much as I am loath to admit it. Let's go. But can you carry the body? I say, looking at Lexus.
Get the young man to do all the lifting. Just
Yeah, we're old.
I have an injury. Sorry.
And I'm old. You carry.
Yep. I'll just fireman carrier.
All right.
Slowly, because you can barely breathe, so you're wheezing the whole time.
Yeah, just heavy wheezing as I'm acting.
You're like, yep,
It's
you're
in
the best
snow.
person for this. Don't worry.
We're just walking without problems.
I'm actually probably still holding the
you're
rifle. I'm
limping,
like
I'm
looking in
walking
case there are
fine.
more assailants. I'm like taking point.
Yep.
The streets seem surprisingly empty.
Cool.
But no, there is no one who is accosting you on the way to that house. I'm not in the mood to make another roll for getting there stealthily.
Sure. Yeah, so we get to your house. We tie her to a chair.
Yeah, I think we can tie her to a chair.
We pour out some nice cool water to not be rude.
I do not do that.
I
No.
would like some cool water.
I go to my tea cupboard. I go to my tea cupboard, and I reach behind the tea, where I like move the tea to the left and right, and behind the tea I take out an relatively old, antique-looking, but still functional frost rifle. And I look clearly much more comfortable with this, rather. And, alright, splash the water on her.
I fill up more water and then splash on her.
She wakes up blinking.
Throw a
and
towel at her.
Her face. She's tied up, so you just start to towel at her.
Yeah,
face.
she just has a towel on her face now. And,
That's not how you waterboard
falls onto her lap, doing absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Dry off a
She
bit.
looks at you guys all with murder glare.
All with what?
Murder glare.
Murder glare. Perfect.
You know, normal speaking.
You're going to answer our questions.
He
What's your
doesn't.
name? She just she doesn't respond to anything.
I
Sorry,
want
this
to
is
try
the
to.
problem with me trying to make things up on the spot.
I got a solution. I would like to try to trick her into talking. She has not talked so far by doing a magic trick to try to jolt her into like unconsciously like playing along and responding.
Ooh, what if you say, if you don't talk, we're gonna do this to you, and you pretend to saw me in half?
I was thinking more of like a buzzer and like go to shake her hand and like and do the whole gimmick about this is so many bolts and it's just like a shaky buzzer. Get her pull her hand back and go like ow, and,
A
like trick
literal
her into
handshake
talking.
buzzer.
Absolutely, you can do a trick to try and get her to speak. Please. So, are you going with the, hi, just come shake my hand. We got off on the wrong foot. Let me talk to you. Is that the route you're going?
Yeah, with a handshake buzzer though.
Yes, absolutely. The handshake buzzer is necessary there. Sure, that sounds reasonable.
No greater intent than to get her to talk, so it's not like she's been ignoring us the whole time. It breaks down that psychological defense of I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, I do like that idea, and I don't think that's as hard as it could be. The hard bit is, how are you getting someone whose hand is tied to a chair to shake your hand?
It's silk scarves. You can just slip out. It's not. It's not complicated.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
My point is,
I'm gonna make this
they're
might be
not.
worse.
It's not rope. It's not like these are handcuffs or rope.
I didn't.
Okay. Up 3. Because you're getting over both that psychological barrier and why on earth would she shake your hand?
Cool. I'm dressed nicely. That makes people feel friendly.
I don't think I have
Yes.
anything to help with.
I'm very hot. That makes everything easier.
You have very soft
boy.
skin. People
Yes.
want to shake your
And I
hand.
have
I'm
reassuring.
giving you a yes here.
And I have a very somber voice. It feels like you're supposed to be talking to me.
Actually, yes.
Yes. So I have all of my points. And with my powers combined, where's the button?
1 second here, because I do believe you have something negative that is upping that.
Infamy?
You do have infamy, and I am going to use that as upping it this year.
Okay.
Up 4.
He heard about the chili.
Yeah, that's why she is here to kill you. It's not actually the other murders, it's the chili.
It's the chili.
I got 2.
Well, we didn't set a failure, so guys, what's a failure here?
She gets free, and then we have to deal with retying her up.
Actually, I love that because you specifically said, yeah, these are pretty easy to get out of. She gets free. You reach forward for your hand. She gets her hand out, sure. But the rest of the scarves have pretty much fallen away as she's undone the knots, and she's bolted for the door.
I want to shoot her
No.
with my cryo gun.
You're gonna
Yeah,
shoot her
laser spear.
again?
I'm gonna shoot her with my
The other
cryo gun.
leg?
I'm gonna
Is
go for the
other-
leg. My
the other
intent.
Yeah,
leg?
she's already hurt.
Yeah,
in the
but I
leg.
can freeze that same leg. It's fine. That'll still stop her from moving.
I shoot the non-injured leg.
I shoot
So are
the
both
injured
of you
leg.
going to shoot to kneecap her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our intent is to immobilize her.
Sounds good. Let's do it. I would say this might be the other kind of help in this case.
Would we both need to hit her to immobilize her? I don't.
No,
wouldn't
because
think
she's
so.
already injured in one leg. You're aiming for injured leg. I'm aiming for the other leg.
I think it's
So
only
either
one
way,
of us.
she'll get stopped.
I think if only one of us
I
hits
know,
her.
but I want to do this sort of a roll at some point, and it's the
So
closest.
we're doing it that way.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Is needed for another's intent to occur. You're right. To be honest, it's kind of 2 separate rolls. So, okay, we'll go with the helpful for best roll counts.
Okay.
Ob is... You're trying to shoot a moving target. They're pretty close range. However,
also
the way for
already
shooting with
injured.
rifles.
your intents are specifically non-lethal, so I am going to up that one more. Ob 3.
Cool.
Could I
For
levy
both.
for Ob 2 because she's already injured? So she's not moving
That is
as
why
fast
she
as
is
she would.
scrambling and not out of the door.
Okay, I only have 2 dice and it's Ob 3.
Let me just check. Do you have anything that's going to make
I do
this
not.
harder? No, you've been doing limping and exhausted. I don't think your chest cold does anything.
No, I would like.
Nor does notorious or infamy, because you're not trying to talk your way out of situations.
She somehow
I would
she's
like-
heard rumors that we aim for legs and is taking...
He's jumping. He is bolting.
I would like to levy for driven as this affects my goal with Cobalt.
What's your goal
Yes.
with... Okay.
Work with Cobalt on how to get the guards some status and Frost Shepard. I'm literally helping you with the situation.
That is true. Okay.
Yay, 3 dice. I don't help.
I don't
That is a
help.
failed test.
And that's a failed test.
Okay.
Wait,
So
wait.
if you guys
Y'all are forgetting
want-
about Fallout.
If you guys want a Fallout
Ooh. I have no Fallout right now. I'm considering it.
I have 3 Fallout. I have Chest Cold 4, Notorious 2, Infamy 1.
I could take
Yeah,
a
so
Fallout.
another one's not gonna hurt at all.
But if you take it, I have to take it.
No, I won't do that. I would say one person can take it, the other can't, but it's going to be kind of a mixed fail-success. I have no idea how to do that in this case, but I would be willing to work it that way.
She gets shot but gets away.
Or she gets
Gets
shot, but now
away.
we have to treat her.
Oh yeah, or it's lethal and we'll get no information out of her.
Not lethal, but yeah, I would say treat her. She also is going to get away a little bit of whiles, and basically, she's going to get away slightly. If you don't get to her soon, she will either A, be
Oh, she'll
fully
also
gone,
die.
or B, die.
Oh. That feels worse than a positive? That feels worse. That doesn't feel like a mixed
Otherwise,
success.
she is
Feels like a
simply
double failure.
getting away. Otherwise, she is simply getting away.
Or I could take Fallout probably injured in a fight or something like that if she hits me or something on her way out.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Or you lose an eye to your frost rifle.
I think I'm gonna take injured.
And then we have to track her.
Oh wait, so if I take Fallout, that'll just mean she still gets away?
She still gets away.
Oh no,
She's
I was
going-
only willing to take Fallout if we catch her.
She's going a lot more slowly. It's going to be a matter of, spend a little bit of time at it.
Yeah,
AKA
no,
a
that's still
roll.
not enough. Fallout
No?
for me, Fallout 3.
I have
is-
Pitfall adjacent survival.
I get
so I
my
can find her.
intent. If I don't get my intent if I take the Fallout, then that doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, because it's a split roll, it's a little bit harder. So yes, I would say then don't take the Fallout in this case.
Okay.
She gets away.
Okay,
She
I
is
will.
out the door. She is into the night. You have a thing?
Yeah, well, she's injured, so she's not going fast, and I have Pitfall adjacent survival, so I'm going to track her and bring her back.
Absolutely, I'm good with that. I do have the adjacent question that may or may not be important to the characters. Where is the picture book?
I assume just Indigo
I
has
look
it.
at I look at Francis.
I had it when we came into this room.
Last it was established you had it, and yeah.
I'm just clarifying because Bubbles might have some multiple goals here.
Frankly, the Alice thing is more important to me right now.
All right.
However,
Okay, so if you're going out to track Alice,
Yeah, I'm right
we're going
behind
out
her.
to track Alice. Yeah, you're running right after her. I have the limping trait, so I will not be doing that.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go to the Frost Garrison and tell them what happened. I'm still a loyal Frost Shepherd, so I'm gonna go tell them Alice is evil.
Don't forget to tell them that I'm helping you, caca, so I don't get shot, caca.
Evil Alice.
Yep.
all right, let's make the roll for chasing Alice down first.
Yeah, I want to help with that one. I want to help go after
Oh, you come with me.
Yeah.
Alice.
I guess
I
if
wanna
you
know why
if you
she's
don't
shooting
catch her immediately, I'll go to the Frost Shepherd. So I'll wait.
Okay, so let's do that roll first, and we'll see what happens. Okay, to catch a wounded Alice who has gotten away,
In the snow.
yeah.
Wounded evil Alice.
Evil Alice. Evil bumps up her.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's see,
That's
does
like
evil
in-
actually bump up?
Wasn't it
I don't
in
think so.
Was
The
it in
trait
Hot Circle?
evil.
As soon as you name a character, they like suddenly. What was that?
I don't know, but it's a good.
There's a
it's
game we
good.
can play that yes, as soon as a character becomes evil, they get more powerful. As soon as you name a character, they become more powerful. As soon as you ask about a character's backstory, they become more powerful.
Okay, I think in this case, I'm going to be mean and do Ob 3. You can probably lobby me down if you really want to.
Well,
What if we
Ob
don't
3
care
is
if she's
hard.
alive when we find her?
What if you what now?
Don't care if she's alive when we find her.
That's an Ob 2.
Okay.
Well, I don't see how it's hard when she's already injured, right? So she's not getting far anyway.
It's
It's hard to
actively
cover your
snowing.
tracks.
It's actively snowing.
Right, but that would, if she's like covering her tracks, right, and if we took a while to go after her, it would cover her tracks. But
Yeah,
we're right on her
it won't
as
cover her
she's
tracks
leaving.
either.
Argument I'm making as I make this up on the spot is that she does have some skills in this area.
So it's +1 for skills, +1 for evil.
So I think 2.
But it's base
+1
1.
for
It's base 1, +1 for evil, +1 for skills. So 3.
But knock it down 1 for injury.
Knock it down 1 for injury, but then +1 for this is coming off of a success for momentum.
Yeah, she has a bit.
Essentially, that's what I'm going.
head
I'm
start
giving a
momentum.
little bit of momentum.
Okay. Then can I get driven again? Because this is still my goal with Cobalt.
Yep.
All right.
I'm curious
3.
as to why she
Failure
was
is
trying
going
to
to be
kill me.
disappears without a trace.
Me too.
Okay. Okay, she's gone because I'm not taking Fallout.
I think you had help. Did you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Indigo
3
was helping.
successes. Fuck it.
Oh, nice!
What did you use?
Inconspicuous.
Oh, okay, inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous? Yeah, I'll take it.
And curious for the trait.
Yeah, nope, that makes sense to me. Go ahead.
I just sauntered behind her.
She thinks she's gotten away. She's panting in like a back alley, trying to hold her knee and like wrap it around something. Whereas you show up and like put a hand on her shoulder.
Yeah, just like, whoa there.
Hey.
I'm going with Indigo's version on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, we got her. I call out, hey, got her.
Yeah, I assume I'm not far behind since we work together, so
Yeah.
I'll just come over with my spear and I'll just go. If you would just like to explain yourself instead of running off, that would be most beneficial for you, whoever you are.
Oh, I can turn off my camera by doing that? Huh. Sorry.
Okay.
Life. I'm going to have her say lines, because I totally know where I'm going with this.
Well, you could just summarize
Yeah, you don't need to be specific. You could just say what
the impression
the
that we
gist
get.
is. Yeah.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
That's what she says?
Yes.
Does it sound like the bubbly girl
It
that we've
sounds
heard
like
before?
Alice's voice. For some unknown reason, the words don't sound so much like her. The intonation is just slightly different. It's like, yeah.
Perhaps you could show us who you really are?
I am what you see.
Can I try to perform a stage exorcism to reveal the demon's true form.
Exorcism.
But like a stage one to get him in.
I'm gonna go with no here, simply because we did recently have a roll for do a magic trick to get her to talk. This sounds
I have
pretty
like two
similar.
skills. It's magic trick and magic trick related things, and lying and lying related things.
Let's have a little bit more of a conversation. I'm getting a grip on what I can work
okay.
with for her, and maybe that'll give you some other angles.
Listen, if you just want to die here, I'm a game for that. But I'd rather know why you're killing people from the pods, and I'm sure you would probably want to tell us your. So, pick A or B. I could give a shit less.
What's your? Why did you want to kill me? Let's start there.
I know you're not Alice because you had a mythical gun that our friend seems to talk about, and Alice would never use a gun.
What do you know about Alice? What do you know about him? She points at, Francis the Eternal.
Well, I'm
All
Frank
you
from
know
the
about the
city.
pod people is that they showed up one day in the middle of nowhere, and now they're just taking over, being part of this town. And
Wasn't this town founded by pod people? So that way we have the pod center over there as I gesture to the big residential building named the pod center.
Specifically to what she said, I would say, I know Alice doesn't make any fucking decisions on her own. So stop with the games and tell me who you are and why you want to kill the pod people other than they're not assimilating, which it looked like they were until you murdered them.
Well, I guess you know something about Alice. She mutters. Okay, why does answers?
If you need help, I could give you an idea of who this person is.
I have some ideas, but if you want to spitball anything at me, I'd be happy to
Mirror
hear it.
verse clone.
No.
No.
One of
sorry.
the egg people.
Ooh, egg
The
people
egg alien
shapeshifter.
people. Yeah.
It's been 10 years since we saw what was his name?
I don't remember.
My egg person. Rufus. It's been 10 years since we saw Rufus. Could be Rufus.
Rufus has escaped.
Okay, there we go. He wanders in here, takes over the mayor's place, presents like he's a god. He's not a god. None of them are gods. Gods don't die so easily.
Still alive?
Pardon?
I'm alive. Not dead yet.
Only because I wasn't able to finish it.
And
I would recommend not doing that.
I'm alive still. You tried? I'm alive. I am nigh immortal.
If you'd like, I'll try again.
I prefer if you didn't. I'm quite attached to my physical form.
Well, maybe if you'd actually share that with the rest instead of parading around pretending to be some sort of immortal ancient.
I'm not. I'm pretending to be a shopkeeper. You're not paying attention?
You want him to share his physical form? Is that why you're murdering them? To take their physical bodies?
No!
Well, all I know is you look like Alice and are trying to kill pod people. Why don't you tell me why, other than they think they're gods?
Yeah, can we
and
call
why
Alice?
You chose Alice's form?
Let's call Alice. Can we get on the cell phone? What do y'all talk with?
We don't have that.
How do you contact people?
Radio butterflies.
Do you got one?
I assume as an aqueduct guard, I have a radio butterfly that goes back to the aqueduct guard.
That seems like a reasonable assumption. At this point, we've had a little bit of conversation. I am going to ask what Bubbles is up to.
Well, Bubbles
Yeah, we
is
didn't
alone
bring
in
her
his
back
house.
immediately. So
You didn't bring her back immediately, so yes, he is in fact going to the Frost Shepherd garrison. He isn't sure if the person is Alice, and Alice is not that high ranking, so I'm assuming Alice does live in the garrison.
That's
So
correct. Alice is new, fresh from the city.
perfect. He wants to speak with Alice right now, in the middle of the night. So he goes to the Frost Shepherd garrison, which is presumably guarded, and says he has urgent business to speak with Alice about.
I don't think
And
you have to have a reason. I feel like you could just go.
I guess
into
I can't.
your-
Yeah, I am a Frost Shepherd. I just go into the garrison, and I probably can't literally go to up to Alice's bed without someone being like, "You're a guy and she's a girl, and this is a garrison, and there's probably gender segregation in terms of how people sleep." But I'm not actually sure.
I think at this point they don't have barracks and like people have their own rooms probably now.
I'm guessing so. Either way,
No, there's definitely the co-ed bunkhouse that it's like you
Co-ed
don't have a room yet. You can stay in
Yeah.
the bunkhouse.
okay. He goes to where he thinks her bed is. I don't actually think he's been into her specific. Like he's never been to see her where she sleeps before. She's always
I
been to
would
see
say
him. So
that
he's not
makes
sure where he's
sense.
going.
You know the early, like, here's where the newbies go to, and that is indeed where he is.
Yeah, he knows the building. He just doesn't know where in it she is. But he
Yeah,
goes
you have to
there.
like get there, like
And I
call
look
out,
yeah.
just not awkwardly
Alice!
walk around people.
And then I accidentally wake someone up and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Where's Alice?" I try to find her. Marissa, your camera's still off.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's on for me.
Really?
For me,
What the heck?
just you.
Is it Discord being weird?
It's-
Yeah, I had to
just turned
hold
it on
on.
and off again.
Okay, it works for me now. I don't know.
All right. Sorry.
That's strange. It might have been again a visual glitch with the streaming interface. Oh well.
Somebody sleepily, gestures 2 beds over and whatnot, and you see a sleeping form in said bed. Presumably Alice's.
You gotta poke it with your gun.
Yes, with the not the end, the back of my gun.
The butt.
Yeah, I'm like, Alice, wake up.
What? It Bubbles?
It's
Shepherd Cobalt
Head at
Muddles,
night.
it's middle of the night. What are you doing in here? And
Found the murderer, and they're wearing your face. Come with me.
That sounds like the most insane shit because we didn't talk to her about the murders. I assume she knows.
I assume people have heard that there have been murders.
You woke her up in the middle of the night, crazy-eyed with your frost
Yes.
rifle going, the murderer's wearing your face.
Yes, actually, Cobalt is not. Cobalt is he had past lives, and
not cool.
one was a city scavenger, and one was a Frost Shepherd soldier, and one was a Heart Seeker. Those were his previous life paths before he was a Frost Shepherd, and
Heart Seeker?
now. Oh yeah, he hunted Frost Hearts.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I thought he was like a player or something.
No. So he has
He's seen some shit.
Yeah, when things are getting intense, he's falling back into his like no nonsense ridiculousness. He's not
Frostheart Nom.
basically. He doesn't have the skills anymore, but he still has the mindset.
okay,
So he's trying to get her to come with him.
think you need a roll here.
Yeah. That's very fair.
The horror movie intro.
Yep.
Okay, so state your intent again. Your task, I guess, is speech.
I want to get her to come with me without making a commotion.
Okay. Your task is doing it through speech. Waking her up in the middle of the night, but at the same time, person she inherently trusts.
I literally say, I'll explain on the way.
And guns.
I literally tell her to explain on the way. I hope that helps. But I don't know.
Ob 1.
Okay.
She inherently trusts you, and though this is
Hold on, I did 1 dice. But I still succeeded with 1 die, even though it should have been 4 dice. Oops. I win.
Hey.
That was an accident.
Like, oh, all right, I guess I'll come. What do you mean that she's wearing my face? I don't... just one moment. Would you mind... And she, like, gestures you out of the room while she, changes, and then meets you at the door quietly.
Okay. We're trying.
I mean, she wasn't dressing in full plate mail? Or sleeping in full plate mail?
Not true. No, she's
you don't
done
get the
that
effects
part of her
your long
training.
rest if you do that.
Yeah. She's finished that part of her training where she has to sleep in full plate mail for a month straight.
She's not on duty, and this isn't D&D.
I say we're trying to figure out what's going on now, but I was worried that it was actually you that just tried to kill us, but it's not, which is good. But now we need to find out who it actually is, and I think if you come with me, that will make this a lot easier.
Tried to kill you?
I'm okay. I'm not harmed.
They look like you.
Yeah. Let's go. And I try to just explain to her the situation, taking my time because I know she tends to get loud when she freaks out. Trying to mitigate that as I go back to my house because I don't know where the other two are.
Fair enough.
Or interrogating in the snow at gunpoint.
Other two sent off a radial butterfly.
Well, we're considering it because
I was doing it.
Guards don't like us.
Well, they don't like
you
a lot. But my job was to find the murderer. So I speak into my radio butterfly. Murderer acquired. Steals faces, and I just said it. Shape changer. I don't know.
All right. So that radio butterfly is off. Is it reasonable to assume you brought Alice back? Not Alice. Back to Bubbles'
Evil
place.
Alice.
Yes.
Left her in the snow.
If she chooses not to die, then yeah, I will back. At spear point.
I think that she'll choose life over death if it is legit. Come with us, or I shoot you here.
Yeah, he literally said, your choices are, I spear you in this alley, or you come back and talk to us. Either way, I don't care.
What happened to the tone, and how did I do this?
You introduced a murderer.
Yeah.
You introduced a murder plot.
I did not mean for this to happen. Good to know. All right.
Things get intense when we have something to team up against.
If you introduced a cooking contest, it would have ended the same way.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Yeah, it just would have been the Gordon Ramsay of this world. You come back and give me an A and take me on the competition, or you get speared in this alley.
Changes nothing.
Alright. Anyhow, so I'm going to say that you guys all get back to the place at roughly the same time. We'll let you get inside and get settled and have that moment of shock of, both Alice's staring at each other. For some reason, the shock's only on one Alice's face, trying to figure out which is which.
I don't think we get any context. We just
I love how one Alice is trying to figure out which Alice is the evil one.
Yeah, we just cut back to the two of them staring at each other.
And I'm in front of the door this time.
I'm in a chair.
I approve of that.
Why does she look like me?
We don't know.
She seems to know a bit about you. Did you talk to anyone about your life story,
She doesn't
perhaps?
act like you.
I mean, I talk with people all the time. I tell... I mean, it's just conversation.
She knows how indecisive you are, and you are proving that the more...
I'm trying to... While this is happening, I'm looking at not Alice and trying to see if there's any specific reaction that she has to real Alice.
Okay. One moment. Her face shuts down. Kind
like
of
just goes blank?
This is very, very studied blankness. I am not going to let anyone see what I am feeling right now at all. Absolutely not. You don't get to see this.
Well, I have no reading skills at all. I guess I could try to press her into talking and just try to.
I would try to, but it's 4 times harder for me to do that now. So
Okay. Well, I need some
Explain
failed rhetoric, so I'm going to sit right in front of her and look between Alice, not Alice. And then I think I'm just going to try, like, they're not showing anything. So I'm just going to tell them what they're feeling in a way to try to frustrate them to actually saying what they're feeling. And I think my first tactic will be telling them, like, effectively that they're I think I'd start off by telling them how, considering if I want to go with, like, you shapeshifted into Alice out of jealousy or something like that. I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I don't think I as a player will say specifically, but either way, Cobalt is gonna try and just like this is why you shapeshifted to try and get her to actually say why and what she is actually feeling. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with Ob2 at this point. Yes, it would be normally fairly difficult, but she is a somewhat. I can't tell you that. That's exactly what the role is to figure out.
She is susceptible to it in a
Ob2.
way I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I help by gesturing menacingly with my laser spear in the background?
Does that? I don't know if that would
You
help
can
here.
do that, but that would be hindering.
Mm.
You
Well,
could try
I mean,
and
I
help
want a
by
failed
that,
roll.
but it would not actually.
Okay.
I want to either succeed or get a failed rhetoric roll. So I'm good either way.
I did tell her, you come back and talk or I kill you, and then she's not talking.
That's afterwards. That's
You haven't asked questions yet. Right now,
yeah.
we're talking.
I guess what makes sense for the failed roll consequence to me would be basically I can't know if anything she says in the future is the truth. Like she keeps and regains and keeps a total handle on her emotions and what she says.
I'm going to go with that, and also a lot of what you will hear out of her from that point forward is going to be lies.
But then we'll know it's lies, and then we'll know it's the opposite. Ha! No, I know what you mean.
One of us only speaks truth, the other one only speaks lies.
Okay.
They do speak at the same really, really fast pace. Have fun with that.
I have no idea if wise works. I don't think any of my other traits care.
Yes, wise would work in this case.
Okay. Then that's it. 5 dice. Ob2. I succeed.
We did it.
So you tell her, okay, you're jealous. That's what.
Yeah. Things like you're jealous, things like you are scared,
You
and that's why you would
propose a
pose
theory.
her face, and that's... Yeah, exactly. I
You
propose a theory
ridiculous-
that makes them seem like just the worst possible person. And so they were like, no, I'm not that person. This is why I did it.
What are you talking about? I didn't steal anybody's face. I didn't even know she existed, or I didn't think she existed anymore. I mean,
Anymore?
I am not a face stealer. I am who I am. I need a name.
Yeah, I was literally in character going to say, start with your name.
The first one's name is
Alice.
Cornflower.
Alice Cornflower, yes.
Alice.
I was looking up blue things.
That's fair. Alice is not a blue name. Alice is
It
the fake.
was
But the real Alice
when I
is the
was
murderer.
looking up-
The fake Alice is the nice one, and the real Alice is the murderer.
Does it have to be a Frost Shepherd name?
I leave that to Marissa.
No. No, it does not.
I mean,
I was thinking
Teresa?
Alice in Wonderland sort of thing.
I was
right?
thinking about a
Yeah.
Wonderland-related thing, but I'm
looking for Alice in another language. What is French for Alice?
Alicia.
Alice.
Alicia is a
Relace?
similar name.
I'm gonna go with Alace.
Okay.
Why not?
it's just
And
Alice.
I'm not giving her a last name yet, because dread it, I don't think we need one at this point.
Oh,
Alice
name is
Alice.
Alice Maze Daisy. I don't know.
Aunt Imogene is another.
My name is Elise, and as far as I know, I've been here my whole life.
Want to end the session on that?
Yes, because that will give me a chance to actually come
to
up
prep
with
a character.
anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can have this interrogation go somewhere.
I thought you wanted a murder mystery.
I wanted you guys to come into the same area, and with what I had, a murder mystery seemed to fit.
Yep. And it is fitting.
I
It is
do
working
not
all too
regret
well.
this. But also, what?
We just caught the murderer too quickly.
That's how it
Actually,
works in
I'm fine
role-playing
with
games
that.
often.
Was trying to aim for a couple of other things, but sure, let's just go forward with this. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys any downtime. That doesn't make any kind of sense
What do you mean
here.
we don't spend a week in between these two events?
Yeah.
We don't need downtime, I think.
Well,
I mean,
one of
I
us
do,
really
but
does.
We don't need downtime.
Sorry. But yeah,
I mean, next
shall we
session's the
end
last
the
session, so, we'll just run our characters into the ground. It's fine.
oh my god.
Well, one of
I
us
had all
failed.
these plans to give you a chances to use healing magic and
What healing magic?
Yeah, we don't know healing magic
that.
exists. That's totally a myth.
Okay, let's do end of session stuff. Scroll. Act on your belief. One at a time. Go ahead.
The old world wasn't half as much fun. This one is filled with opportunity. I found a gun.
What?
Did you have any other beliefs for other characters or no?
Yeah, Lex seems to be a sucker.
You have
Acted
been
on-
acting on that the entire time. It's kind of
Yeah.
one or another for that. Absolutely, take a fate.
Yeah. Fate.
So my first
You got to
belief
say ridiculous amounts of marbles
says
for
Alice is more capable than she believes, is my first belief.
Nope.
I think you betrayed that belief.
Actually, you might be right. Like, Alice is the killer? No, it's not her.
Also, she's trying to help. You're like, go check out the pit.
I didn't actually tell her to go to the pit.
You
I told the
are
guards that she was in the pit, but I never actually told her to go to the pit. I was lying to the guards.
I'll leave that up to you whether you acted on it or betrayed it. If you had any other beliefs about characters, that could be an and/or situation here too.
I mean, technically, I did both. I in the beginning of the session acted on it by giving her the robes and stuff like that, and by the end of the session, I betrayed it. I like betraying it more.
Because it gives you
I'm
persona.
Yes.
kind of willing to give you both for that because you are right. But it went both ways on that one.
Yeah. I think.
And then we're to Lex. What was your belief?
Yeah.
Did you act on it?
I didn't touch on water's magical healing properties. I
Sorry.
did talk to the Eternal about questioning him about his possible progeny. I did pursue that. It just turned out
What'd you find out?
if you have children you don't know, and if you do, you don't want anything to do with them because you said who.
Okay, I would say, yeah, you acted on that belief. Grab a fate.
Yay. I'm full
Alright.
on fate.
Is everyone full on fate already?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
I will. My goal is I will turn a profit in this strange place. I will make myself important to the people. I tried to do that by setting up an institution with
Not
Yoo-hoo
really
and
making yourself
photographs.
important worked, but you certainly made a profit off of
It was
Lex.
I was working towards. I wasn't saying I
Yeah,
completed.
I bought Yoo-hoo and the pictures, so I think you made a profit.
If you start spending much money on other things, I'm going to say you're broke and out of money.
I'm going to go, just like any American, I will go into debt for my health reasons.
Which, of course, everyone, the credit company is owned by the opportunist, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What else do we got to figure out?
Persona stuff.
The very
Yeah.
last is invoke or resist your instinct. You actively invoked it, so yeah, if you need a third fate, grab it.
I can't have 3 fates.
No.
They're
Ah.
old.
Old people, yeah.
I'm
Being old is
old.
awful. We're so ancient. But still, one of us is hot.
Yes.
One of us is hot.
The other one has a limp.
Yep.
What, you mean they're not the same? Anyhow, accomplishing your goal.
Did did I work with Cobalt on how to get the guards of status in the Frost Shepherds?
We haven't.
Yes?
You did work with me. We don't yet have status because this is still secret.
That's true.
You had a conversation, and I also kind of handed it to you on a silver platter of find the murderer. That will get the Aqueduct Guard status with the Frost Shepherds.
Does that technically
We did
complete
find
the
the murderer.
goal?
I'm gonna go with sure. I'm going to say that it is
Yay.
reasonable to assume that she's the murderer at this point. I might have to retcon that.
That would be
don't know.
very difficult
Well,
to
she's
retcon.
at very least guilty of firing upon us.
Yeah, she's at least tried to.
True.
She's an attempted murderer. That's for sure.
For sure
When she was
attempted.
originally introduced, before she was Alice, she was supposed to be the murderer.
But she's.
So,
No,
She's
she's
the
at the very
lace.
least Alice, the attempted murderer.
Yep.
yes.
Cool.
We'll find out more details next time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I think
Anyone else accomplish their goal?
Nope.
So my goals are 1, enter and explore the facility that Francis came from. I think I did that.
Yes, I would say
My other
so.
one was Lexus has been struggling lately. I will get him to open up to me. He just kind of did that already. When we
it
talked,
comes
there wasn't
to
a roll needed.
These things, it's one of the two
Oh,
goals.
I know. I only need one persona anyways. So.
Absolutely, you got it. Anyone empty on Persona still?
I'm missing one.
I still need some.
Okay, sweet. Either of you guys either accomplish your goal or betray your beliefs.
I did the
No.
one goal. I did not. I might betray my belief next session about if being related to the Eternal.
Okay, then let's do a last one on MVP and Workhorse to see if we can't get that Persona full.
I made a lot of rolls and I bombed a lot of them.
I think. Do you want to do you Workhorse me MVP? Because I. Oh no! Wait. I think you swap those.
So Workhorse was I tried a lot. You definitely did try a lot to talk to her repeatedly. I can't say that was successful, but you certainly tried. MVP.
I don't think either of us. I don't think I was particularly
Who caught her?
valuable.
Whose role at the end? Whose role caught her? 'Cause that
Technically,
feels-
Indigo
me.
did, but I got the shot on her first. That
Oh, when
made us
she-
have her be captured.
at the when she first shot at us. That
Yeah.
feels
Honestly, I'm
important.
fine with splitting that between the two of you. Because also, again, the way I just shoehorned it, it was Lexus who was driving the investigation and was doing a lot of the legwork for the first half of the session. So.
Yeah, I'll take my
Yeah.
confusion persona.
I'll take my pity persona.
Yeah, full.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
I might be too generous, but your cap for Persona and Fate is so low.
We need to talk about
Yeah.
that, by the way, when we review these. I actually think it's so low I will never make an old person again, which means
Yeah.
it's problematically low from a game design standpoint. But we'll
I
talk
think you're
about it.
not intended, like, an old person is definitely not the optimal play, but it's just a matter of you never are going to make an old person in any of these games, so might as well try it out on a short session.
Yeah.
That's
but-
true, but
I would play geriatric burning wheel tomorrow.
I enjoy the
Burning
concept.
wheel.
I don't
Yes.
like that less than halfway through the end of session, I'm full, and I'm like, all right, I just sit this out now because there's literally no point. I would raise potential for all ages, because you double ob anyways when learning a skill, so it's actually not a huge deal. Going from 2 dice to 3 dice isn't a huge deal, in my opinion.
All right. I was happy. Thank you very much for the house rule of belief and goal, whatever, relating to each other. Thank you for that. If you can keep that up for next week, that would be helpful. I will actually come up with what is up with Elise and a coherent story. Next week, though it is not directly next week because of some off time, will be the last session of this campaign, so I will find some way to wrap it up somehow. And then I think that the session after that will probably be our review.
Well, the week after that, we aren't available. And then the week after
Next
that...
week we have weeks that we're not here. After that, combo, depending how long the reviews take, talk about games, and then probably finish by talking about ideas for staying in a horrid setting.
Yes.
Leaving this
we have already
godforsaken
publicly
town.
mentioned about staying in the horrifying setting but going to the city by playing whatever the game is. What's the game?
Numenera.
By playing Numenera. I could
Total change of tone on just straight adventure.
Yep. It'd be very much adventure-y, but we'll figure it out.
That's
fine. Never did
More
play Fate
art.
Accelerated in this group.
Yeah.
Could try that if we did something, but that's also even more adventure-y.
More adventure-y?
Fate's pretty lighthearted and, like, pulpy. Lighthearted is not the right word, but, like...
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know if the
I think
weird will hit as much.
I think we say Fate for something like if we want a setting that doesn't really have any good analog.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
This is
So
the
I think
setting
with
we
that-
just beat up.
Let's end this poor setting in this destructive world.
Could do Worlds Without Number after that. We'll talk about it. Okay.
And I'll see how well I can break all of your characters.
Oh, we can
Oh,
also...
please do.
Yeah. Numbers Without Worlds?
Is that a thing?
No, it should be.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it should be.
Just-
I agree.
Everyone's
Just some, like,
just a
Planescape
conceptual
is
number.
No, it's Planescape. It's clones escaped onto the multiverse, and it's Numbers Without Worlds.
We'll think about it. Ooh, could do everyone as John in this setting. That would be horrifying.
God.
I am so writing a speech.
Everyone
to
is
start
Oz.
Well, we need someone who establishes multiple brains in.
Everyone's an opportunist.
I was going to say, we could also make a robot that has literal multiple brains inside them. Like a computer robot. And then...
Oh my God.
That's
horrifying.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Either way,
I always wanted to play that game.
we might get the chance to. Everyone as John is always disastrous. It's great.
So when we want to close out this setting, we do one session of Everyone is John, and
Well-
by the end of it, this apocalyptic world will have gone through Apocalypse
It's
3.
small-scale disastrous. It's disastrous for the one person that all of the players are playing as. Does that make
You
sense?
pretty much always die.
So it's if one of our characters survives this campaign, then we can just make them, make them John. Either way, we'll be back. We'll be back next week
Yeah.
for the final session.
Ish. Sort of.
Yes.
All right. Farewell, and thank you all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.